going on, family? Make sure you gotta get them likes up. Get them likes up. As you come in, get them likes up, family. Get them likes up. I see you, Brittany B. Green Gang, Robert H. It's the day I see ya. Good afternoon. Welcome, Jasmine. That's right, Brittany B. Green Gang. Get the likes up, family, as you coming in. Let's get these likes up. All right, it's showtime. It's showtime. It's showtime, family. I see you, Larry Cash. Come on, get them likes up, family.
JR is taking this DJ position way too seriously. I think he's trying to get a new profession. What's up with you, JR? What is this? What is up with the call outs and the music and everybody put your hands in the air? Wave them like you just don't care. Oh my God. Okay, so guys, I want to speak to you all about, well, I'm happy for, let's begin. Let's begin with firstly. I'm happy to be here. I know this is very odd that I come to see you guys in the middle of the afternoon, and I know it is Wednesday, but, oh, you can't see me? Aaron said you can't see me. Okay, here, let me turn on the lights. Is that better? Is that better? All right. So, yeah, I know I usually don't come to you guys this early in the week, but I think that this is a good topic to talk about because we all know that the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial is going on right now, and I think it speaks a lot about our culture, the women, the men, the relationships that we have right now as a culture. So where's my nose? It's here. I turned down the light already. I turned it down. Am I still? You guys can see me now. All right. So good. I want to say welcome in to this old lady. Welcome in, Brittany. Hey, Brittany, Green Gang. Hi, Cyrus. Hi, Aaron B. Nice to see you guys. Hi, Stephen Day. Hello, Jasmine. Hi, Larry. Hey, Larry. And hey, Michael Quaid. Nice to see you again. All right, guys. So here we go. I want to start off with this. I actually have the banners here. I'm going to pull it up so you guys can read it along with me. My first banner says, our society has a weakness for white women. Is that too racist? I know I'm known as the racist, right? Is that racist to say that? That our society has a weakness for white women? I say this for a reason. Hey, family values. Hey, girl. I say this for a reason. The reason I say this is because the moment that Amber Heard came out and she made these claims that Johnny Depp was abusing her, the society straight away just went into opposition mode to Johnny Depp. He started losing jobs. He started losing work. People started running his name through the mud. Hence, the reason why he is taking her to court for defamation. He almost lost everything. And he has been labeled a woman beater, a heavy drug addict, which he is, but that's not the point. That has nothing to do with him beating a woman. So straight away, he was labeled all these things without any proof. No proof needed. It's a white woman crying. Everybody's like, oh my God, white woman cry. Somebody do something. Sorry, that's what I saw. That's what I saw. And I'm usually the one who's typically against this whole, like, let's just believe women. Usually when a woman makes a claim about domestic violence, I'm going to say it. Usually when a woman makes a claim about domestic violence, it's because she lost the fight. She started the fight and she lost. So now she's going to claim the victim. That's the majority of the time. And I say that because I know that the majority of domestic violence goes from the woman to the men. But the problem is, like I said, the man, because of his force, because of his strength, he's the one who typically ends the fight. And the women don't like it. And they don't want to lose. So as soon as they lose, they claim victim. So when she said that, when Amber Heard came out and said, Johnny Depp, he's such a, everyone believed her. And you know what else they believed him? Because Johnny Depp is a heavy drug user, right? So they say he uses drugs. So straight away they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, he's there." Hey, Clue. Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely beating her because he gets high, and he's kind of a weirdo. He has a weird persona. Oh yeah, definitely. Because Amber Heard looks like this sweet, innocent, of course, blonde haired. Does she have blue eyes? I believe she does. Blonde hair, blue eyes, like, oh, I'm good, I'm the angel, and look at him, he's weird, come on. I believe that society has a weakness for white women. The next banner that I want to bring up to you is this. Is Johnny Depp traumatized, or is he exaggerating? Is he exaggerating because he wants to win a case? Is he exaggerating because he wants to bring a little bit more honor back to his name, or possibly get jobs again and try to clean his name? Is that why he can be exaggerating? Because that could be true. As much as I don't believe that's the case, it could be. But the reason why I say that he's probably more traumatized than anything is that if you notice Johnny Depp's behavior, if you notice his body language, whilst he was up on the stand presenting his story, he started stuttering. He was stuttering. And I've never known Johnny Depp to be a stuttering man. But, the whole Joe Biden effect could be wearing off on all of us. I mean, Joe Biden, never mind. We are our president as Americans, aren't we? So he started stuttering, and I don't know where that came from. And it could be another tactic. Maybe his lawyer said, you know what, put your head down, start stuttering, start acting like you're confused, do all of these things because it's going to help you win your case. What do you think? It could happen. It could happen. I'm just giving you guys every point of view that I see. But I, I don't know. It came out that Johnny Depp was actually the victim of the domestic violence. Amber Heard admitted on a tape that she did hit him. She said, "Oh, I didn't hit you in a proper slap, but that doesn't mean that you're a victim." He said that she punched him, and then she claimed that no, you haven't been. You know what it feels like to be punched, and I did not punch you. You're not a victim. You're okay. I hit you, yes, but you're fine. So if it were done the other way around, could a man say that? Could a man say, "Hey, yeah, I hit you, and yeah, it wasn't a proper slap. It was kind of a semi-closed fist, but you're fine. You're fine. You still have enough teeth in your mouth to eat with, to chew with. You're not going to die. You'll be fine. You still have one eye left. I mean, yeah, one fell out when the altercation happened, but you still have one left. Stop complaining. Jeez." And it also came out that Amber Heard is a childish, spoiled brat. Not only that, I cannot use the word that I actually want to use because, I'm a good Muslim girl. I don't want to say these words. But she has come out to be a monster, a dirty monster. She pooped on his side of the bed. She left fecal matter on his side of the bed. Why? Why would someone do that? Have you guys ever had a dog? If you have a dog that is upset with you, sometimes they'll poop on things that are yours. Maybe your clothes. If you have a cat, they might pee in your shoes when they're angry at you. But you never expect that out of your partner, the one that you lay down with, the one that you chaka chaka with. Okay, you wouldn't expect that kind of behavior out of the person that you. Oh my God, I can't say that. I can't say that. But you understand, she's acting like an animal. She acts like an animal. And all of this is coming out. Did you guys see her face? Did you guys see her face? When when Johnny Depp was on the stand, she did this pathetic face. I'm sure her lawyer told her to do this. Watch, look at my face, watch. That's exactly the face that she had. Watch. Stupid. Stupid. And everybody's zoomed into that because everybody knows that that face that she's trying to do is a manipulation. She also started recording Johnny Depp. I'm looking down because I have my notes because there's so much to talk about in this case. She also started recording Johnny Depp, just like we know Jada Pinkett Smith likes to do, recording people without their permission in their own homes. I don't care how much of a star you are, you deserve privacy in your own home. And these women, like, they have no sense of boundaries. Jada Pinkett Smith recording Will Smith and Will Smith getting upset about it. In this case, Amber Heard recording Johnny Depp in the middle of an argument. Now, everybody knows when people get upset, you argue, you start slamming things, and sometimes you don't even notice that you're slamming things. You don't notice that you're stomping around the house. You don't notice that you hit something, or you bumped into something because you're angry and you have more things on your mind than the floor, than the objects around you. As long as you're not the one being struck, it shouldn't be an issue. But Amber Heard, she recorded Johnny Depp during his, I want to say, his moment of rage. He had a moment of rage and he was slamming cabinet doors in the kitchen. She claims that that's abuse. That's abusive. And the worst part about it is, guys, that in the Western world, see, this would never happen in the Middle East, but in the Western world where we live, everything is domestic abuse. Everything. You talk loud, you hit something, if there's a loud noise, all of a sudden that's domestic abuse. But not when it's coming from the woman, only when it's coming from the men. Because men should be subtle, they should be timid, they should be quiet and submissive. You men, oh ye men, you dare not show your actual feelings, because if you do, you'll be labeled a woman beater, a domestic violence assaulter, whatever the words are. You guys understand the words. I'm not going to use them. I don't care. 1 second. Oh, the drug use as well. So everybody knows that Johnny Depp likes to use drugs. He likes to use. Sorry, guys. 1 second. He likes to use party favors. So he likes to use party favors. He enjoys them. She was also a heavy drinker. Johnny Depp claimed that she likes to drink two bottles of wine a day. So what she did in order to make Johnny Depp look bad was to throw out his drug addiction to the world, talk about how he's so bad and he's mentally abusing her just by him being high or drunk or angry. So she's mentally abused, but never mentioning, oh yeah, by the way, remember we went to that Mexican restaurant that day? Yeah, remember I ate that burrito? Yeah, it was a great burrito. It was great, but it gave me the sharts. And I shart on your side of the bed that day because I was upset. Like a dog, I shart in your bed. You didn't mention that, but you want to talk about Johnny Depp and his. Okay, okay. Oh, what do I know, right? What do I know? I'm just a poor little Middle Eastern girl that's, a victim because, Middle Eastern culture, and I'm just, yeah, I'm the victim, right? I want to ask you guys a question. Look at the banner. It says, have you ever been the cause of another person's trauma? Have you been the cause of someone else's trauma, knowingly or unknowingly? Because looking at this case between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, I see you, Jedi Mike. Looking at this case between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, it almost seems like she has some kind of trauma in her head and she is passing it on or not trying to heal herself at all. I don't know. I don't know the word. Hopefully someone who calls in can help me. But it seems like some kind of a pain and some kind of a arrested development. There it is. Arrested development within her. Because behavior like this is so absurd to think about. It's so absurd to think that she has to be the victim at all times, to think that she's pooping in another person's bed. She's physically abusive, mentally abusive. She doesn't understand boundaries. She's recording him without his permission, just like Jada Pinkett Smith. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jada Pinkett Smith has done worse to Will Smith. Can we just be honest? I wouldn't be surprised to hear that Jada Pinkett Smith bought August, the month August, She bought August in August to do things next to Will Smith in front of him, in front of his face. That she was maybe kissing August in front of her kids, which we already probably know, yeah, it's probably happened, definitely. Just no boundaries, no sense of respect, no sense of you know what, this isn't as how I should behave as a human, none nevertheless as a woman, and especially not a woman who's in the spotlight. I'm sorry if my internet is going away a little bit. I'm sorry. You guys know it doesn't let me be great. Unknown says that she's sick. I believe it. I believe it. And then Impressive says you wouldn't be surprised. This is see? You see? Am I not the only one who sees a problem with this woman's and men's behavior? And there's so many women who straight away backed up Amber Heard. Women, are you guys learning your lesson at all? Do you not learn anything? How many times do we have to see a woman come out, claim that she's the victim, and later on be discovered that she was actually a monster? And then the next woman comes up, like Jada Pinkett Smith, and then we get behind her. Again, we're like, oh, well, she needed her happiness. She found her happiness. That's their marriage. If they wanted to separate and have lovers, that's their business. It's okay. At least she's happy. How long? Have you ever been the cause of someone else's trauma? And I'm asking that to the panel. When people come up here, I'm going to ask you, so prepare for your answer. Have you been the cause of someone else's trauma? Did they tell you? Sorry about the internet, guys. I don't know if the internet is going good or not, but looks like no. Cool Cat says Jada looks like she poops on beds. Yeah, there's something about bald women that you think, yeah, she poops on a bed. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. I'm so kidding. But all right, my last thing to you is this before I start letting people on is this. I want to tell you guys to please do not take past traumas into the future. If you can, please handle it before you go into another relationship, because this is what I believe it is. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. If you think there's something else that's making Jada this way, please, please bring it up. Because, or not Jada, sorry, Amber. Well, both of them, really, to be honest. If you think it's something else that I'm missing, please bring it up. Because I've sat and I've thought about this while watching the trial, and I'm like, there's some kind of trauma there. There has to be some kind of trauma within her that she hasn't gotten through, she hasn't fixed, nor does she care to fix. And now she's dragging in Johnny Depp, and honestly, I think he's getting traumatized based on his behavior right now, based on the stuttering, based on just his whole mannerisms. He doesn't know what to do. I want to welcome in Mr. Westside Kulik, and I would like to welcome in Jedi Mike. Welcome in, guys.
How you doing there? Much respect to you.
Thank you
How
so
you doing?
much.
You guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Happy Hump Day.
Yeah, happy.
Right back at you.
Yeah.
I wanna ask you both. Oh, go ahead.
No, I didn't know who was gonna go first, but go ahead.
I want to ask both of you, what do you guys think about this Amber Heard situation? And also, I want to ask you, have you ever been the cause of another person's trauma, willingly or unwillingly? Have you?
Yes, I have. I've looked a little bit into this case and an excellent analysis you've been talking about it on here, Ameera. But it's just
Absolutely.
unfortunate. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that a lot of women still are going for the okie doke. A lot of women are still lying about their ways they do in relationships to this day. And it's just it's like a um, it's like an unidentified rule we don't talk about men that are getting abused by women, and especially physically. Men don't want to talk about it. And yes, I've been physically abused by a woman before. I have. Unfortunately, I let it happen because of how the system is set up and who believes who and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, if that answers your question.
Mr. Jedi Mike, Jedi, Jedi.
Um,
Guys, if you guys don't know, Jedi means grandpa in Arabic, so I call Jedi Jedi because I think it's funny. Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah. I've been kind of watching this court case like extensively because this is also what I do. My background with films and media, of movies. Obviously, like we already know with Johnny Depp's career that he's basically been getting. He lost Pirates. He lost Fantastic Beasts, where they had to replace Mac Mickelson in the recent movie that just came out, I think, last week. And Amber Heard is still going to be in Aquaman 2, and still nothing has happened. One thing, shout to the lead attorney, people are breaking down this court case live as a moment. One thing for sure I gotta say is that Amber Heard should actually fire her attorney because he is doing her a huge disservice. To the fact that unfortunately, I'm hoping that this court case might goes into Johnny Depp's favor, because my thing is, I hope that this issue, when we come out of this, that we make domestic violence not a woman issue but a people issue, right? So many men that we talk about having they suffer in silence, and the fact that if they retaliate or anything like that, then all of a sudden we get blacklisted, right? We don't understand that we must take it. We're told that we must take this abuse, anything like that. And there's so many. Johnny Depp is not the only man that's had this happen to him, right? And regardless, in these situations, we like to pinpoint, oh well, he abuses drugs. Oh well, you can see video recording, he might be very erratic, whatever, right? I always have this saying, and this is like one of the sayings from the Joker, like all of us can be insane. All it takes is one bad day, right? And as you can see, for a man with Johnny Depp, how the situation, getting his finger chopped off, all the other stuff that some of us, man, we can't even think that would happen, but some of us might have worse stories than that. I honestly believe that in this situation here, you can see in terms of Amber Heard, and Mir, you did a perfect job, dissecting it. She's posing. If you see, and day after day, and seeing the type of I don't say the memes that are coming out of her face, how she just have her glasses, how she's posing, all this stuff. Especially when they had, I think a psychiatrist came in yesterday and basically explaining her behavior, in terms of diagnosing her with mental illness, bipolar, PTSD, and what they were trying to do was they were trying to pinpoint whether her mental illness, her PTSD, trauma, whatever, was dictated based off of her relationship with Johnny Depp. But unfortunately, I think the psychiatrist didn't really do a good job, because she didn't really summarize whether that, hey, well, Amber Heard actually had a troubling childhood, which then kind of affected her as an adult, which then Johnny Depp would really be irrelevant, right? But they didn't make that point very clear. But to us watching this, I feel like you can see that us as men, to answer your question, have we been the person, I guess, in the result of people's traumas? I disagree with that. I think more of we were put in a position where all their rage, all their emotions, wherever from trauma, we become the punching bag, right? I dealt with a situation where
Very much so.
woman I was with years ago, I almost got close to marrying. She had a lot of issues going on, like her father passed away. Then 6 months later, her mother passed away, right? And then that's when like our relationship, broke off before then.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, her thought of me was just like our relationship with her parents and everything. So just like she directed all her anger on that situation to me, and I just have to accept that, understand that I didn't do anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
But
wait, Jedi, men cannot do the same. That's the thing that I want to point out. If this were the case, let's just take a moment and go into an imaginary world. If Johnny Depp was the one who shat in the bed of Amber Heard, there would be memes, there would be all kinds of outrage. You know what? The only thing that people did was say, "Ew, oh my God, she did that," and it just moved on. I barely even hear about that. That would have been on the main, God, CNN, Fox News, everybody. Did you guys hear that Johnny Depp shat in the bed of? No, I don't see.
Well, it goes back to what you were saying, Ameera. Like, and again, you were breaking that down very good. I mean, we look at feminism, we look at European feminism, because that's where all this crap came from at the end of the day. And it's sad a lot of women of different backgrounds are following suit to this mess, this demonic mess. We see the objective here. Like I said before,
right,
these
demonic.
Demonic.
These women are, I always say this on your platform, these women are mentally ill. And this woman we're seeing right now in the court, she's mentally ill. She's evil. She's a witch. She's a witch in real time. We can see it right there. And
I don't think Johnny Depp will be the same for another woman. I really don't. Like, seeing the way he's acting, his physical behavior, I don't think he's the same. And I don't think that the next woman that gets him is going to be getting the Johnny Depp that he could have been.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's why men, we have to have certain circles where we need to heal each other. But when you say this kind of thing like that online, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're LBG or you're this, that, and the third." But a lot of men, we need a club. We need a healing center. We need a club. We need to care about you, because society doesn't. It's like you and maybe 5 other women today in this generation that are talking about this, and the rest are just like whatever and benefiting off feminism. So we just have to go. We appreciate women like Ameera and other women that are here that are talking about this and caring about men and women too. They always want to say, well, you're a women like you are just doing it because you want to be a pick me or suck up the men and all this kind of mess, which is
Yeah,
very disingenuous and ignorant.
yeah.
But I mean,
Supposedly, I am sexist, I'm racist, and all of that. Yet, I'm the one who sits here and talks about these issues. Yet, I'm the one on a majority black platform. I'm the one who's actually, but apparently, everything is in reverse world, right? The
mhm.
reverse world.
Yeah, it's and again, it all is part of the tree of feminism. When you look at feminism, it has different branches. It is all a part of all that kind of mess like that. And
Oh,
I
I'm
just
sorry. Sorry, Jedi. I dropped him out by accident. Sorry. I was trying to get Takeshi. Takeshi, if it's really you, give me a sign of life, please, and I'll let you in. No, he's not doing anything. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no,
I
it's cool.
accidentally dropped off. Sorry, Jedi. If you want to come back, you can.
Yeah, it's just again, it's all part of that tree of this demonic feminism. I mean, I look at this mess. I look at that crazy woman, Amber, whatever. She's like a lot of women. And y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all want to think these European women or whatever. Listen, a lot of these women, no matter what background they are bat crap crazy. And just like Ameera said, oh, okay, now we have to look at it and we have to come to her a little help because she looks the way she looks. No, no, that's no. A lot of them are liars and hit people and abusers or crazy. Y'all got to understand this.
Westside, tell me that this had nothing to do with what's happening, the reason why people believed her. Tell me that her blonde hair, her blue eyes, her skinny figure did not have anything to do with the response from society.
Right.
Don't lie. It did. And I'm not, and I can be the first one to admit it. Yes, America does have a little bit of a preference for, not a little bit, a lot of bit of
Oh yeah.
preference for,
Oh yeah.
if a white woman is crying, if a white woman is saying, oh, he did this to me, blah, 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 you're not even going to think twice about it because you're like, well,
Hmm.
we must come save a day.
Hmm.
This is what happened. Sorry,
Hmm.
Jedi. Okay, I got him back. Sorry, Jedi.
No, it's okay. No, I'm
But yeah.
driving. Connection also.
So can I ask you,
Oh,
Jedi? You didn't answer the question. Have you ever been the cause of someone's trauma?
have I been the cause of it? No. Has I been put in a position where they direct their anger based off of trauma? Yes. But no, I
Mm,
haven't done anything. And one thing, you have to understand as men, we are trained by default to look at, okay, we're being accountable or it must be our fault, right? So hence we have had a situation whether even if it's not our fault, we still have to self-reflect. And sometimes men can also become victim of that because they don't know truly who they are. They start to overthink and overanalyze their decisions and start to second guess who they are in their nature, and they're thinking, oh, am I actually a good man? Am I actually this? Well, she's reacting this way, now I must be
mm,
doing something. That's not
mm,
necessarily true. Self-reflection is just basically having you increasing in self-awareness, right? And that's also
mm,
leading to you being accountable. But at the same time, it's also for you to know who you are. So when you know when someone's on some bullshit, you're like, no, I'm not gonna be. I'm not the result of this situation. This is on you or X, Y, Z. It's something that you
mm,
have dealt with that has nothing to do with me as an individual. Same
mm.
thing as the men out there who one probably direct
Oh
the
no.
issue or anger or frustration, whatever, on women, but he might have just mommy issue. Like, so I hear women when we're talking about this, especially the gentleman on the panel talking about our experiences, is that we have to normalize us being transparent about our situations like this and knowing that when we're dealing with the, especially from the women's point of view, is that women have a luxury to basically vent and get their emotions out and say about the abuse and the stories that they have to. Men,
Precisely.
unfortunately, us, we don't have that luxury when we're on this earth. That is one of the struggles of us walking to our purpose as men, to us holding our character, because we don't have the satisfaction, right, to actually get the benefit of the doubt.
You know what? And this is what I wanted to say to you guys. This is not only this case, but I keep on bringing up Jada Pinkett Smith. I just cannot I I cannot talk about Amber Heard without seeing the similarities between this case and where the man is oh my God, let's just be honest. Johnny Depp is way more successful in his career than Amber Heard. Okay. Amber Heard, what does she have? Like two good movies. You barely know her. Okay. Then you have a man who is extremely successful, A-list celebrity, and then you have a woman that's bringing him down. How many women are out there that are bringing down these great? No, I won't call them great because I haven't been in a relationship with them. But what I'm talking about is successful men who have worked to get to where they are, and they're being pulled down by bratty, spoiled, entitled, just broken women. How many men? How many great men are going to be pulled down by these batches? Batches.
Well,
Batches of cookies.
well,
Batches of cookies.
right. It's like what y'all was saying. Like, for example, if you don't know yourself, if you don't know your worth. A lot of men don't know their worth. A lot of us don't know our worth. We don't look in the mirror. We don't appreciate ourselves. We don't love ourselves. We just work. We provide. We're like an automated slave for some type of woman that's not appreciative of you. And we have to know. We have to be taught because women at an early age are taught how to play men. Make sure you do this.
And
Make
their
sure.
worth. You're
Right.
so worth you're worth this, you're worth that, even though
Mhm.
it may not be true.
Right. And I'm not saying a man is better than a woman. A woman, but what I'm saying is we don't teach little boys their worth in this society on this planet. We just say you work, you die, you provide for a woman, and that's all you do. And they still don't love you unconditionally. So it's like if you don't do these certain things, well, she really or whatever y'all are into nowadays, they don't really love you. So you have to understand your worth as a man because if it wasn't for a man's contribution on this planet, this computer wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this show. We wouldn't have this microphone, anything like that. So,
Well,
men, love it.
there's two things I want to add on to that before anyone else jumps into it. Cool Cat brings up a good point. Her last name is Heard, but no one's ever heard of her. And the second thing is, yes, with the men, it's like men are I said this a long time ago and I got a lot of flack for it and I don't care because I'm going to say it again because I said what I said and I meant it. Whatever I'm saying, I do mean it, guys, in case if you're wondering if this is just a show or this is me acting, this is what I actually believe. I believe that the majority of women are not capable of actually loving the way that a man does. I believe that men love harder, love stronger, love more generously, that actually see a person for being a person rather than seeing them for what they can do or what they provide for them. Does that make sense? I think a man is more capable of loving a person for just them because in most relationships, men are the providers. Men are the ones. You don't need the woman. Men don't need the woman. The woman need the man. It's different. So a man who doesn't need you and who just has you there and is taking care of you nonetheless, I believe that that is a stronger love than a woman saying that I love you until you are incapable of providing for me or providing a lifestyle that I'm used to.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's just again, I'm going back to this case, like you were saying. You look at it and how she just depreciated him, um, and I don't know the ins and outs totally, but when I look at it, he was I don't want to say passive, but if he was more what's the word I want to say here? Dominant, I guess. I don't think she would be so disrespectful. And this is what men like, I mean, women like her do. Once they find out a man is kind of weak in certain sections, they like to break them down psychologically and they'll just go at it till they die and then some. So that's what she did. And him being so welcoming and holy, if you will, with her, it just doesn't work with women like that. It doesn't at
I
all.
told you guys a while ago that, and I got flack for this too. That a woman, when she sees a weakness, she's like a cat. I said the cat, they always pounce, right? They cannot resist the urge to pounce. A woman sees a weakness on you, she will abuse that weakness. And that's why I say a lot of men, do not let her see your weakness. I don't care how close you are to her. I don't care how much you trust her. Don't let her see it because even if she is a good woman and she doesn't want to use anything against you, she just might in the moment of anger, a moment of what have you. And that's scary. And that's hard for men. And that's why I say I feel bad for men because honestly, men, you guys cannot express yourselves. You don't have a moment of, you know what I mean? Where you can just let it all out. Let it all out. Anyway, but you don't have that. Women, we have it all the time. And we abuse it. Marvelous. Give me away. Thank you. I'm gonna let you in. Everybody's driving. Oh my God, I caught you guys like in the middle of the afternoon. Everybody's leaving work. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't worry. I've
How
done it
are you?
multiple times.
Sorry, guys. How are you all?
We're doing fine.
What do you have on the topic,
Doing fine.
Takeshi?
Hey, Marvelous. What's up, my man, Westside? And Jedi Mike, thanks for being here, brother. It's always awesome to see you and talk to you again. So Ameera, I've been following this for like every day at work when I'm just listening to the trial. And I already felt bad for Johnny off the hand because I knew previously that this had happened to him.
Mm.
And he's blacklisted because of Amber's actions and nonsense. But trust me, to this degree, first of all, I want to point something out because because I heard 10 minutes of what everybody's saying some stuff. Do y'all realize this dude's previous wife didn't even say anything negative about him and say that he's a man that he loved her as much as she loved him, and that she never claimed any areas of him being abusive, angry, like mistreating her, nothing. And the fact that they're still on cool terms and they're parenting their children, and then there's no anger, animosity. What does that tell you?
That tells you that Amber
I
Heard
should
is
tell you something.
yep.
Because normally, if they have problems, she'd be like, "Oh, he's this and this and this."
hmm And women have no
His wife never
problem
said
coming
anything like that.
together in that moment of
Right.
of tragedy. Women have no problem coming together and say, "Oh yeah, girl, he did that to me too. Oh yeah, girl, I already knew you were going to go through that." We don't have a problem doing that. So if she didn't do that, it's most likely that this woman who's never been heard of, Miss Amber Heard, she's lying.
Right, she clearly is, and the thing is, I've always said, people who have psychopathology tend to make a reality for themselves. They tend to fornicate the idea and meld it and marinate it to their own liking. So if something doesn't conform to that ideal that they have made, then they become very what's the word, reprehensible. I think that's the word.
The
And they
title.
they just they get up in their feelings, and then they start just lashing out. They have they have no means of communicating except lashing out. And I think when it comes to the point where your reality is trying to overwrite real world stuff, that's a very red flag. It's an extreme flag that you have to really seek psychological professional help, and that you should be 5 clicks away from that person.
Something is
Oh,
wrong with
honestly,
the chat. You guys are crazy in the chat. They have people saying
what you say?
bedpan for Amber. Oh my gosh. I have literally found my crew. You guys are like you guys are everything I need. I
Bedpan.
want to tell you guys just really quickly because I want to get Mr. Marvelous opinion in. But the title of this show is called um what did I call it? What did I call it? I said I'm looking for a dream in you and you're looking for revenge in me. So Johnny Depp, I believe, was looking for a dream. Amber Heard is a beauty. She's a beauty. And she was looking for revenge of some sort. What do you guys think? What do you think, Mr. Marvelous?
Um, I really, I've only touched upon it a little bit. I've been following the whole entire case for about a year and a half, honestly. But I can't speak on Miss Heard. I know that the things that, like, she's saying, things she's done, her actions are very selfish.
Mm-hmm.
But and from Johnny's aspect, he's no angel himself. But in this
Mm-hmm.
situation, what he put himself in is kind of like he basically he chose this woman, right? And his intentions may have been well, but did he properly vet her? No. He might have just gone something visual. Now she can have some fault to it as well, for the most part, because women are good at hiding themselves. That's the one thing I wanted to speak on too when you said that, well, about men are better at loving women than vice versa. But the reason why that's pretty much a true statement, when I say that's not all the way, nothing's absolute, but I say pretty much, is because women tend to be more preserved. They're more about self-preservation. They look out for themselves in every aspect. It's just in their nature. They can't help it. They want to be protected. You know what I'm saying? And they're well guarded. Men would do stupid stuff for the sake of being stupid and probably end up getting killed. Women will look at a man and be like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." Women don't do stupid things to put their life at risk. Is what I'm saying. Not as much as men do. And I believe in that nature, you see women tend to be more selfish in the way that they do things. It's just in their nature to be that way. For her, everything you saw was just preservation, selfishness, lies, everything to deflect.
Mr. Marvelous,
You know,
wait, please wait. So you telling me that her taking a large shart in the bed of Johnny Depp was her preserving herself?
no,
Self-preservation?
her lying, saying that she like was saying for the most part, like, oh, no one's gonna ever believe you that you're being domestic violence. No one's gonna, what I'm saying, like taking that route, knowing that how people look at women and how they look at a man, that how would they ever believe that it's possible that someone like you, who's rich and powerful, would ever be abused by women like myself?
But I wouldn't call
So
that self-preservation. I would call
oh
that
no, that act in itself wasn't. The lie was the preservation, trying to lie and cover up shit. That was the preservation part. But her shitting, She has mental issues. I mean, that's that's some other stuff. I'm not into shards and stuff like that. That's some weird stuff right there.
Only
It's not
even
weird.
cats
It's
will have the decency to cover up, okay, when they go to the bathroom.
vulgar.
Oh,
That's all I gotta say. That's vulgar.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't want, like I said, I don't really want to judge that lady like that because I don't know it. Like I don't know either one of the parties that, but I know the whole thing is interesting. I bet it's very manipulative on her part. It also shows the how public opinion can be swayed and used in a way just because of stereotypes. You know, oh, she's a woman. What harm could she do? And it's like, and he's rich. So she played all the cards she tried to play on the public perception. You know, but
Hmm.
and when the evidence comes out, and it did, all of her mouth got her in trouble too. She talked a lot of shit, you know, but it is what it is. Truth came
That's
out.
very true. That's very true. I want to bring up something. Did I miss this? TEC says, or when she cut off the tip of his finger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did
There
I
was something
miss
like that.
that? She cut off the
There's
finger?
actually a picture in the court case and trial. They've actually showed it.
Wow.
She severed his finger with a broken glass
Wow.
of a bottle. Sorry, but I'm trying to keep it PG, but it said it was severed and it got put back on. But
Wow.
because I actually haven't seen his other finger yet, but maybe because he's been in a suit all the time. So I
Let me
think he
ask you
got
guys
attacked.
this. Let me ask you guys this. With us knowing everything that she has done, will she face any jail time?
She has to.
No.
No,
You say
I'm
she
gonna
has
say
to.
no,
Will
but
she?
if she does, I'd be happy.
She has to.
no, it's on two reasons. I'm gonna say no because first off, she do got money still, so money does help you a lot. We've seen how that plays out, and then on top of that, she is a female. I'm sorry. Usually, when it comes to certain crimes, women won't get the same punishment as a man for the same exact crime. So she got
True.
two things to give her a nice little buffer from saving from getting to jail. She's famous, she has lots of money, and she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? If she does get it, she had to do something like very, very, very egregious. This was not egregious enough. I'm sorry to say, it just wasn't
How is
egregious
this
enough. The
not
fact that there was
egregious
still
enough?
because
How
there
is it
were
not
still
egregious?
people, women, there were still women supporting her through the whole aspect. It wasn't until the recording of her voice came out, then it was like, oh, I can't defend that. But the fact that people were still, even things prior to her recording coming out, it was still defending her, tells me that society probably will not punish her harshly. They'll agree that she did it wrong, but I don't think they're gonna punish her harshly.
Don't
No,
you guys think that we need to make an example? I know, I'm sorry, Mr. Cyrus. Don't you guys think that we need to make an example out of one of these women, whether it be Jada Pinkett or Amber Heard? We need to make an example that you cannot do this to these men that, I mean, God, nobody cares about men. I know. As soon as I say you can't do this to men, people are like, they're men. You know, if they wanted to be out of that situation, they could have been out of it. Possibly.
That's what I
What do
keep
you think,
hearing.
Cyrus?
Do y'all remember the Salem witch trials? I know I keep saying this, but we need to do that. I'm not gonna
Oh,
get into it and all that.
what's that?
We need
I
to
know.
do it. I'm serious. I'll lead that. But, you know, hey, I'm with it.
What's that? You want me to join you?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Oh my God.
I'm
I
with
actually
it.
brought that up to one of my
Wow.
coworkers
Listen.
this morning at work.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
I wanna say that we are going to start a Salem witch trials style thing going on.
No,
Guys,
seriously,
everybody in the chat who wants to
I'm with it.
have a position in this, we do need managers. We do need people who are going to be coordinators of locations. We need people to put in work. If you would like to put in work for this club, please put your title that you would like. I will jot it down and we can begin the process. Go ahead, Cyrus.
You know, a lot of the a lot of gentlemen have this idea that, you know, she's sick, right? And there's something going on with her. She's sick. She's sick. She's sick. That's a problem. That's a scapegoat right there. The fact that we can say she's just sick, right? They'll use that in the court trial. That's why I don't think she'll receive any real punishment for it, because they'll just claim she's sick. She's had some childhood trauma.
Mhm.
It's been unhealed, etc., blah blah blah. The problem is this: men in general, we don't speak, right? Men in general, we don't speak. We don't speak. We're not holding other men to the fire for this, because really and truly, the big reason why a lot of women get away with this, even with there was some influencer, whatever, who supposedly murdered a guy in Miami not too long ago, and 2 days later, she was in a hotel, just chilling like it was nothing. She wasn't in jail. She didn't get locked up. She was out, but the man's dead, blood all over her body. So when you look at someone like Amber here, and to think she's gonna get anything, when a woman could just get away with literally stabbing a man and he's dead now, and be in a hotel 2 days later chilling like it's nothing with her father, this is nothing. This is just two rich people at play right now, and it's sad. It's very, very sad. And Johnny's not going to be the same after this. I don't think he
No.
was the same before this, because I heard that he
Yeah.
had some previous, uh, experiences with trauma in his childhood. But this, nah, the toll that this is going to take on him is horrific. Because all this whole case it's not even about getting any real sort of justice. It's just a matter of him now trying to stop the bleeding of the reputation destruction. It's just to get that to stop.
The defamation, and that's
The
the only
defamation,
thing
yeah.
that he can expect. That's the sad part. The only thing
That's
that
it.
he can expect is a defamation trial that he can win. And even if he wins, let's just be honest, even if he does win, do you think that he's going to have the same career that he had before this? I doubt it.
No.
Because your name has been
Nah.
smeared. It's just like
Yeah.
women who do these false or rape accusations. Nothing happens to them, and the man's whole life is ruined. Doesn't matter if he was proven innocent after. Do you guys remember the boys who were accused of this at a college? I don't remember exactly what college, but there
I know
were
what you mean.
two
Yeah.
boys accused. They went to
Two boys.
jail for a few, I don't know if it was years, like a few years or something, and then they got proven innocent because she came out after a few years and said, "Oh, you know what? I actually made it up.
I made
The
it
boys
up.
got
Yeah,
released from
exactly.
jail. Their whole school career ruined. Their actual careers ruined. Their whole name has been run through the mud, and nothing happened to her."
No, I mean, there's even a woman of recent who had, harassed a boy. She's a teacher, and the boy was maybe like 13, 14, had a relationship with him, got pregnant
I
by the
remember
boy.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Years later now, the boy's 18 now, she's filing for child support,
Hmm.
and they're supporting this
Yeah.
and making this possible when
Yeah.
she's, I don't even know if I can use the
Whatever
words on
happened to that boy?
TikTok, but that was a child she was messing around with. She got pregnant by a child. And no one's thinking, wait a second, she's an adult in a position of authority getting pregnant by a child. Switch the roles, the man's crucified. There's no way,
Yes.
there's no way, no way.
So
It's
they
sad,
said
man.
that Johnny Depp in the video, because Amber Heard recorded him without his permission, just like Jada Pinkett likes to do. She recorded him without his permission in a moment of passionate anger, I guess you can call it. And he was slamming cabinet doors, just like anyone would do if they're in a heated argument or they're in a really bad mood. I mean, everyone does it. And then so she recorded this and claimed that this was violence towards her. What do you all think about everything being violence towards the woman? But if a woman were to do the same thing, she's just being a woman. She's moody. Maybe she's on her period. You got to ask her how her day was. We can't really judge just because she slammed a door because you don't know what kind of mood she's in. Maybe she did it by accident. Oh, maybe she was drinking. She had a few drinks and oh, she just didn't know. There's all excuses for the woman's, but for men, it's abuse, it's domestic violence, and a man can go to jail and be charged with domestic violence for
Mhm.
hitting a wall,
Hitting the wall. I was
for
about to say
throwing
that. If he hits
something.
the wall, yeah,
You can
that's a
go to
charge
jail,
now.
men, oh ye men, you can go to jail for that. But a woman, would a woman go to jail for that? Of course not. What do you all think about that? Them claiming that him doing that was domestic violence in that video.
I, I listen. I've seen it and I've heard it, and it's a bunch of BS nonsense, and it's just a way to put some blame on him for something. Well, guess what? That man has to vent somehow, as far as I'm concerned. And the one thing I saw somebody in the chat when I was
Where's the
listening to that
venting?
whole trial, notice, see, that's why I like the chat sometimes because they actually can't be smart. Notice how he didn't put hands to her throughout that entire video at all, and it's just the cabinets, and then he
Most
walks the
men
heck
would
out.
have hit her. Most men would
Trust
have
me.
slapped her at least.
Yeah,
Just a
exactly.
slap.
Now, I'm not saying that I would do that. Trust me. Well, that's only if you have the weapon on me. You're getting rocked. And all ladies hear that. I want you to hear me. Don't ever do that to me. You will get rocked. That's the only time I will ever do that to you. Otherwise, I could walk out of a situation scathed.
Did you guys hear
Easy
about
for
the
me.
bathroom incident when she was
Yeah, the
like, I guess he
bathroom
was
when he
trying
was
to open the door?
showering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
was
hit
trying
him.
to open the
Hit him right in
door,
his forehead,
and
and then came in and punched him.
yeah, yeah,
That
and his foot got caught in the
okay.
door, or he thought her foot was caught in the door, and he tried to help her, and
Okay.
she sighed. Oh my god!
Trust me, there's a threshold to what a man can take. I don't want West Coast to go after me because I want him to get his take and all the other guys. But there's a limit to what a man can take. Trust me, when he finally snapped, I don't feel bad when he knocks your teeth out.
I don't either. I don't
I don't feel
understand how
bad no
you had
more.
so much self
Because once you
control.
aggress on him, It's listen. Once you've met aggression with that, he's allowed to retaliate at that point.
I
Not
agree.
beat you to when you can't breathe, but I'm talking about just
Yeah.
that one hit, and then you'll understand never to do it again.
Agreed.
Because a lesson has to be learned not to put hands on people. And I don't know who that can't cuss. I don't know who the heck raised y'all people, but where I'm from, this is what my mom even told me. So just to help so I can understand, people understand. Son, if she put hands on you, you knock her teeth out. Don't hit first.
Wait, can we just start with like? Can we start with?
But yeah,
can like a slap maybe?
I'm just saying that right now but I have that constraint now that I'm older. I'm 30 because I think differently now. But don't think that you can just blindside me and then just think I'm just gonna be okay that you just hit me. I'm breaking a finger.
Yeah.
If you do that, don't touch
breaking
me.
Your finger. Jeez, calm down.
Exactly. I'm fine. I'm not. Listen. I've
Get
never
it out,
had
brother.
to do
Get it
that
out, brother.
in a while. I'm just saying. Listen, I've never had to put my hands on a lady. And 5 years old don't count. All right, that don't count.
It does count. That could have caused trauma to her.
Stop. All I did was grab her by her nose one time, and then I felt bad about it. Other than that, I don't do it again.
Brother, those are charges right there, man.
Those are charges.
Yeah, don't say it online.
No. I was the same. We're the same age.
Don't say it online because they'll get you the next day for something you did.
No, they'll give me the next day, but they have no proof.
There's people getting arrested for tweets that they had like years ago.
Right, for years ago. But
look what AL says. He says also she never let him leave when they argued. That's another thing. That's why I kind of think that she was waiting for the moment where she can get her shine, because like I said, he's successful, she's not. She wants to make herself known. I think that she was pushing him for that moment that he turned around and just right up on her head, and then she's like, oh look, I'm the victim, I'm gonna ruin him, and now I'm gonna be famous.
Right.
Yeah, G, I agree, and Cyrus, I agree with what you're saying. This is why I want to institute the Salem witch trials. You know, and I mean, seriously, we need to do something about this. You know, I'm very serious. But
well, we already have a manager. Cool Cat said he's going to be the manager. Larry said he's going to be the treasurer. All we need now is a location coordinator, and we need security as well. We need security.
Yeah, this. Yeah, but you know, when I was an undergrad,
you gotta make that secret.
Yeah, when I was an undergrad in college, and I was a criminal justice major, we used to talk about I can't say the word on here, but I'll say SK for women. If y'all understand what I'm talking about, women that are deleting multiple people all the time. SK, do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. We used to talk about who does it more, who's more of a SK, and there's so many cases of women that are SK people because when they do it, this kind of stuff happens with Johnny Depp, or they like to. I guess I can say this poison. There's been a lot of women that have been poisoning slowly but surely or fastly on men. And it's not been documented. So we came out with a number about men did this. We have, you know, from the FBI and all this kind of stuff and stats and stuff like that. But there's so many undocumented cases that women are doing how they're deleting men, especially, and women too. So what I'm saying is there's more SKs as women than men. We don't want to talk about it because again, the mental state of these women of today, and again, we have to go back. What is a witch? When y'all read the Salem witch trials and then study that, you will understand what's happening today. You guys got to understand this is not a joke. I'm not making a joke. This is
you
serious.
Always call women demonic. You always use those kind of words.
They are women. Check this out, and you got to understand by energy. I'm gonna pass the mic after this. By energy, men are what? Positive. Women are negative. So therefore, the woman is the devil because the devil or Satan is the succubus. It is negative.
You and Takashi, something is wrong with you. I am done. Bye. I'm packing up. I don't want to be a part of this.
But I'm not
the woman is the devil.
Demons, okay?
The woman is the devil. Oh, Jesus.
Where your walkie-talkie?
I like how she just grew me in with that.
Succubus.
Oh my God!
She
look at the audience. They're like, what is going on over here?
Somebody commented said the nose when I said that.
Oh my!
I was 5 years old. Okay, so was she. Okay, she was wilding.
No, hold on, wait. There was something. Okay, so we have Queen Lala for security. So we have security as well, just let you guys know. Like I said, we still need a location manager because this is really we're really gonna do this. I am so down for us actually getting together and doing something positive in the community, like hanging witches. You know, hanging, burning, stoning, anything that we need to do to make sure that we rid the world of this evil and this damnation that we are in.
Yeah, you know,
you gotta make them martyrs.
But think about this. Think about this, and I don't mean no offense to somebody, but a woman, if you look at the energy, she has to be negative. She takes within. So when you're having relations with a woman, right? She's
Oh,
taking your
geez.
energy. She's taking your
Astaghfirullah,
energy.
astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah.
But you know she's a good woman once she can recycle that energy and rejuvenate a new power to the man. But now women, what they do nowadays, a lot of them, not all, they take and take and take. So women, when men have relationship with these women, they're exhausted, they're tired, they're angry. And Amber is one of these witches that take the energy of men, use it for their benefit, and
Mhm.
power themselves up. So men, you got to find a woman that recycles your power and rejuvenates a new life within you.
What?
You know, I got a
Oh,
question,
okay.
Ameera.
What did you say? I didn't hear the last part.
Ameera,
And rejuvenates
I got
more.
a question, Ameera. Do you
Ameera
think,
has
Better
left.
energy. I'll
I don't
say.
know Ameera anymore. She's left. What do you? I'm Heather. Hi.
question though, do you think Johnny loved himself?
Did Johnny love himself?
Yeah.
I
Love
mean,
himself?
what do you mean by that? See, this is where
Like
Americans.
I said, like, do you think that man actually loved himself? 'Cause I don't think that man loved himself at all. For him to go through that type of bullshit with that woman, I don't think he loved himself, honestly.
A lot of
Something's
Because
men.
wrong with the
See,
chat. This
the-
is
low. His repertoire, his observation, cognizant, everything was low. Only thing that was up was his pockets. But otherwise, his self-respect to deal with that type of abuse, obviously you ain't love yourself. Because anyone who goes through that, you lacking in that area.
Well, he
Because
abused
it's like this,
himself,
like,
Mr. Marvelous. He abused himself as well with the drugs,
yeah,
drinking,
that's what
and
I'm
Mm.
saying.
all
Like,
that.
I think that the fact of the matter was, because he did not love himself, he went through hell. Like, straight up. It's just more like, if he actually took the time, like some real shit, like to just be with himself a little bit, and probably before he even met her, he would avoid that altogether.
So you're
But
saying
because he
had
was
he
going through all
vetted
the
her?
drama,
Had he vetted
no,
her?
no, no. Had he just been through himself, like, dealt with himself properly before he even got with her, he
Oh,
never would have met her. He would got some other woman who would have. Because the thing is, I don't think Johnny's being his real self at all. He can't. If you don't love yourself, there's no way you're being your real self. Because you're hiding yourself, who you really are. You're being this. You're being this. I mean, he's an actor. That's already bad enough. You're already going through different roles and trying to pretend to be things that you're not. But on the realness, he didn't take time for himself, in my opinion. A lot of these actors, I think, go through that, where they end up, taking on roles and not really digesting and just being a human, being themselves for just a moment, living in this life, putting on this front. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think these people have time to really just chill and cope with themselves for a moment, and they just living that life. And before you know, it's all about imagery. Just keep up the image, living this false life. And now, and it pretty much caught up to Johnny. Like, he would have saw this shit if he wasn't living a fake life, in my opinion.
See, to
wait,
that
I'm
point,
gonna
right?
just really quickly. I want Black Lyrics to respond to, I believe, Mr. Kulik. She's saying that she says, "I couldn't be with a man that thinks I'm the devil." So is your daughter the devil too? Your mama?
You're
I
missing.
doubt you think that
You're
way.
missing the point. You're missing the point. I said by
But answer
energy.
the question. Answer the question.
What's the question? Says is your daughter? I don't have no children because I'm not gonna give my sperm to no worthless woman like a lot of these men do. I know my worth. Black Lyrics. So one, you're not looking at the metaphysics of what I'm saying. Don't get the emotion. Again, that's that feminism, emotional woman thing you're doing. Look at the logic of what I'm saying. I said by nature, women are negative, right? By energy, and men are positive. But if you listen to what I said, I separated the two. I said a bad woman or a witch woman is a woman's going to take the energy and not recycle it and use it as a negative demonic force on the man. A woman that loves the man is going to take that energy, rejuvenate it, recycle it, and give it back to the man. Did you not hear that? So when I said the woman is the devil, woman is God, it's a basis as of a naturalistic role within this life, metaphysically. So get out of your emotions and all this weirdo stuff about all this kind of stuff you're talking about. I'm saying by nature, right? Checkmate.
Yeah. Patty, you're the only other woman that we have on the panel. Welcome, Shaitan. Satan. How are
Hi,
you?
everyone.
I'll be Lucifer. You can
Okay.
be Satan. Hello. Welcome.
No, I'll be Lucifer.
But you're not a woman. It's women who are the devil. Remember. Patty Cakes, what do you have on
Lucifer's
this
a guy.
topic?
So greetings. Hi, everyone. Hi, Ameera.
Salutations.
I'm gonna try to keep this quick because this is the afternoon and my boys are running around.
Okay.
But I wanted to say on Johnny Depp's part, I think he married eye candy. He needed to have an escort that goes with him to these award shows. He's always doing, these camera close, blah, 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 taking pictures so it does look good. Because I saw somebody in the comment that said that he didn't marry the mother of his children. He married, Amber with
But he married her in 5
kids.
minutes. Yeah.
Right. So, and on her account, I want to delve into this whole attention thing.
Mm.
I think when certain women get with powerful men, they all of a sudden need to have some type of attention. And I think she was not getting the attention from him or from wherever she wanted it to.
Mhm.
And then what happens is if you don't start to get attention and you're with a man like that, then you start to do things. It's almost like a kid that does something bad and they want the attention. So then they start to act out. And then she started to get on his nerves. And instead of her go find a hobby, go read a book, go do something. That's not your
Go
goal
start a
is to
garden.
support him. This is Captain Jack Sparrow. You know what I'm saying? Like it's killing me to be seeing him sitting up there and her talking about his drug issue. Okay, he might have a drug issue, but that's his business. He makes enough money. If he wants to go and do what he's doing, then that's on him. That is not of your concern. What you are supposed to do is you're supposed to love him anyways. And if you need to get out of the way or go somewhere or go join a book club or whatever you need to do so that you're okay with the situation, that's fine. If you need to go and get some counseling, maybe he won't get counseling, but maybe you need counseling to learn how to deal with how he's being towards you. Okay. But to not get the attention, and then the next thing you know, you don't get the attention, you're getting on his nerves. It's like now the best course of action for me is to take his money.
Ruin him.
Because at least if I ruin him, take his money and everything that he has, I'm setting myself up so that I can go and party and have a good time because I'm still young and I'm still pretty and I'm still this and blah, 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 whatever the case is. So I always bring everything when it comes to women like that based on attention. So that's my spiel.
When you say attention,
go ahead.
If I may ask the ladies here, would you guys say that there's a potential that women like this are actually putting themselves in competition with their men? Because I've seen this in current modern relationships where a lot of women are very adamant about competing with their men. Jada Pinkett Smith, one of them. So would you guys say that's something that's potentially here as well, more than it just being attention, but rather I need to compete with the man I'm with?
We see this more in Jada. If you notice that Will was even terrified of getting attention on him, he would always divert the attention to her because I think he understood that when they go home, it was always going to be a fight of like, you just left me in the shadow. I'm just in your shadow and you're just in the spotlight. You forget about me when you're in front of the cameras. You blah, blah, blah. I can imagine the ride home is always something like that. So I think that's why Will was so traumatized that every time he goes out, every time that there's a camera in front of him, he would put her in front of him and go like, look at her, look at my, and Amber Heard, I think she's just trying to destroy him because I think she felt the same way with Johnny Depp. Like, he's a successful actor. I'm sure he's always getting jobs constantly. Every time they went out, I'm sure everybody put the camera on him because who is she? Yeah, she's pretty, but who is she? So what do you think, Patty?
I think also to answer your question, I think men see it more as competition. But if you're living in your femininity and you see a woman like that, it is all attention. We see that. We notice. There is some type of attention. That's why like you see a lot of women on social media showing their body, trying to get clicks. That it is all some type of attention. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and Cyrus, I mean, a lot of men, again, we're not taught to appreciate our worth. And a lot of men are scared of women too. And then you got these women that have this penis envy. They got a lot of penis envy. They want to be men. They want to be this, that, and the third, with the red bandana, with the bicep curl thing. That feminism crap. This is taught to them out the womb immediately. So we just, man, you got to go back to knowing your worth. Who are you? Do you love yourself? Do you appreciate yourself? Just like Marvelous said, a lot of men, they don't love themselves. They don't. They don't know their worth. They don't know the man in the mirror because they've been taught to hate yourself and just be a robot and die. That's it.
Really? Yeah.
So just for the gentleman, I'm curious, like, would you say, because the use of loving yourself, right? I understand what we mean when we say that. I'm not the biggest fan of that word, right? Because I more so look at love as a form of action, right? You do something, right? I think discipline is key for men. So would you say that men like this, they've been raised with a sense of rather self-hate, and whatever boundaries they did display growing up, society or their family taught them you're not supposed to maintain these boundaries, especially when dealing with a woman? You think this is something that's been happening?
I think that I don't think it's self-hate. I think
product.
that they've been taught to be servants to the woman. You've been taught to serve, and not think about yourself. Am I wrong?
The
No,
whole
no,
mama
you're right.
syndrome. Mama's never wrong. Mama, black female, number one. Black females can never do anything wrong, or just in general. He's always supposed to prove himself to me. What I need a table, I am the table. Like literally, men have been raised to think like that. And you see it very evident in some of these situations that are, on TV. So
I was gonna say for myself, I wasn't really raised with that type of mentality. I was raised like old school, like really old school, like mannerisms stuff like that. I have no problems, with women in general. I wasn't like looking at them like special. The one thing I will say that I was taught that I should not do to my own daughter is raise her like a princess. So that's the one thing because I've seen how that is with women. And another thing I'm starting to see with women too is we had a discussion on Anton's channel today. It's true. I believe a lot of women are, without their fathers being there, have a lot of daddy issues, and they want their man to basically be their daddy.
Daddy.
You know what I'm saying? And that goes along with that whole princess mentality as well that I've seen. But for the most part, for me, it's growing up. I wasn't really taught to like spoil my woman or nothing like that. I actually kind of went through it, the hard knocks life my own self. I actually just grew up. No, my mom didn't teach me birds and bees, nothing like that. I just kind of just grew up just being around women. At first, I was shy, I was timid, and then after like a while, it was kind of like, you know what? They ain't nothing to them. They people too. They got flaws. They ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? Once I got real comfortable talking to them and just listening, understanding them, it was just become easy. But it actually become easier because after I love myself first. I should tell you today. Once you love yourself first, then it becomes easy. Because the thing is, you're out there trying to please other people, you're basically be fake. Because those people are not going to really accept you for who you are. You're going to try to mold to them, be around how they are, and move how they act, and all that stuff, being fake, just to be accepted because you like this person a lot. But then once you love yourself more, like I said, you know your worth, you know your value, you're able to measure people, engage them more properly. And be like, nah, you ain't the one I want to talk to because you about this. You know what I'm saying? Most people really have to go within and really learn how to love themselves. And when I say the word love, it's one thing I want to say, Cyrus. Love to me is a mindset, straight up. And you're not wrong about discipline. That's one thing that holds together. You got to have that shit. So I always say love is truth, faith, and understanding. You got to have patience to hold those three together. But your mindset better be like that, 100%. I'm not on to the emotional aspects. I mean, people can express love in any way they want to, cool, whatever. But to me, it's always been a way of life, a mindset. And you need patience to have all three of those things. That's how I'm able to move and do what I do. Personally, just me. But that's all I was gonna say though.
Do you guys remember when we did that show about the father being the first simp for the daughter? Like the father being the first simp, the father setting the standard of what she needs to expect from men. And if you are being a simp towards your daughter, of course she's gonna expect every other man to be a simp towards her. But if you are a father who is still an honorable man, still treats her well and with respect, but also lets her know boundaries and let her know you can't do that. And I'm not going to permit you to just do whatever you want and love you unconditionally through whatever you're doing, all the trash behavior. I'm not going to let it happen. I think I don't know. That's just my idea. I don't know. That's how my father raised me. My father you know, yeah, he treated me well. Yeah, I got what I wanted. But at the same time, we had a lot of boundaries. There were a lot of things that I knew that if I did, I wouldn't get the affection from my father that I want. I wouldn't get it because he would withhold a lot of that because of my behavior. He wouldn't just say, "Oh, unconditionally, no matter what you do, I'm going to be, you know, giving you the same treatment." No. My father said, "No, you will have rules and consequences." Mr. OG, can I get you to give me a sign of life? Mr. OG? Okay, maybe he has a delay. I think we only have like maybe 15 more minutes because I think JB has a show to do. Oh, there you are. Thank you, Mr. OG. We only have like 15 more minutes. I think JB has a show to do too. Hi, Mr.
I
OG.
think we only have like maybe
Can you
15
turn
more
off the
minutes
YouTube
because
in
I
the
think
background?
JB has a show to do. Oh, there you are. Thank you, Mr. OG.
Okay, I'm gonna turn your mic. He has a bit of a delay. Mr. OG, you need to turn off the YouTube in the background. Oh, Black Lyrics. She says maybe Johnny attracted Amber because they both were trauma pairing for whatever they call it.
That's possible.
I had
Very
asked you guys
possible.
about that. I asked you guys about that. Is he traumatized? You see at the bottom banner, it says, "Is Johnny Depp traumatized or is he exaggerating?" But traumatized from what? Because Johnny Depp wasn't in this kind of relationship before her, right? His wife who gave him children, his
Mm.
ex-wife who gave
I
him
don't know.
children, she wasn't like this.
If I remember
Any person who's
correctly,
taking drugs to escape something is obviously traumatized, in my opinion, because drugs is nothing but poison, but it's like escape for most people. And what is that
mhm,
you're running from? Trauma. So I would say definitely he got some trauma, in my opinion. It's not like you take drugs because it's like weed. I can say that be recreational, someone who gets into weed, but the shit he was doing, that goes a little bit
yeah,
beyond. You're really trying to look for a real escape somewhere else.
Oh,
his mother abused him, right?
I see
And
now what
I've
everyone.
done work with these kind of men. The immediate solution, coping mechanism is heavy drugs and alcohol. Heavy drugs, alcohol, gambling, womanizing. That's the
Okay,
recipe.
I see. I
Yeah.
understand now. I understand now, especially getting traumatized from a woman and then
Mm.
getting re-traumatized again from a woman. He probably thought that was his place. He probably thought, you know, this is what should be happening. Some people do think that, you know, where it's like I'd rather be abused by someone who is like the person who abused me when I was a kid. Does that make sense? I know I'm trying to find the
Yeah,
words.
No,
it
it makes
makes sense.
sense.
What you're talking about basically is those who don't like if you don't forgive the person that maimed you in a way, try to run away from that person, right?
Mm,
Or you're just, like you have resentment, anger, and hate towards that person. You end up attracting that. Either you're gonna attract it or you become it. You become the very thing you hate, or the very thing you're trying to run away from is always be there lingering. You know
mm-hmm,
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
mm-hmm,
More so than just attracting it, what a lot of men of trauma do is they create a world in which they get to relive it over and over again because that's
mm,
their, especially when it comes from the household, that's their only sense of what uh, good or healthy treatment is. So when a woman like the mother of his kids comes into his life and he obviously doesn't stay with her, seems like a good woman, but he opts for a bad woman who's more of a reflection of the type of affection and love he was accustomed to growing up. So yeah, there's a lot to say about a trauma response there. Or trauma bonding could be a thing.
I want to say hi to Mr. OG. How are you? What do you have on the topic for us tonight?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, doing well.
Hey, hey to the panel.
Hey,
Much respect.
You can
How you
hear
doing,
me?
sir?
Like, here.
Yes,
We can hear you.
yes, sir.
yes.
You can hear me? I
Yeah.
think the problem, Amir, I think today's problem is most American women, whether they highly educated or they're not educated, most of them want to lead men. They don't want to be led. They don't even, if you listen to them talk, they never talking about, oh, I want to see my daughter or son go be this, go to this university. You don't never hear that. Most of them want to be the leader of the household. They don't want to be followed. So I would tell any young man that's out there, if he's highly educated or what they call now high value man, I would tell him to go to a third world country or go to Africa and find him a woman that's family orientated that want to be led because these women don't want to be led. So they might well leave them behind. It's no need to even trying to search for one to be talking, well, I'm gonna build a family with her because it's just like Kevin Saint would say, it's just like sitting on dynamite. You don't know when she gonna like that food. Oh well, it's time for me to check out of this because this ain't going my way. and my mom told me I'm gonna lead, and you're not supposed to lead no man. Anytime a woman lead a man, he headed to a dead end. So these young men gotta do just like the panel say, have self-love, self-respect for themselves, and look for women that are family oriented. Because if you ask these women, which one you rather have, a $30,000 ring, a $50,000 wedding, or you rather take the money and invest it for the kids' future? You know, they can use it as a trick question, and most of them gonna say, "I want the big ring and I want the big wedding." They're not even thinking about no kids, so they don't want no family. You know what I'm saying?
Mr.
Damn,
OG,
G.
They're not really
Mr.
really
OG,
into themselves. They very selfish. So, you know,
Mr.
they don't
OG,
have no discipline to raise a family, Ameera, and they don't have no discipline to want a family. So I would
Mr.
tell
OG.
any of the young men that's on the panel out there that's looking for a wife, you're gonna have to go further, brother. You're either gonna have to go to a third world country or you're gonna have to go somewhere else and find a woman that's family orientated or that want to
Mr.
raise a
OG,
family. You know,
Mr. OG,
that used
can I
to be the
respond to you?
best.
Mr. OG, let me respond to you really quickly. Wait, I just mute you just for a second, just because there's a little bit of a delay. Mr. OG, what I wanted to say about you saying that men should go to a third world country, that comes with a lot of issues that I think a lot of people are not considering, because it's not really about the place per se, it's about the upbringing of the woman. Because you have women in in third world countries that they will go with you, they will come to you, and yes, they will be good, but as soon as they get into the West and they get friends, they watch TV here, they see the culture, the environment, they start changing straight away, and they can do the same thing to you, if not worse, of what a Western woman would do. So I would say it's more about the upbringing of the woman, and you can find women who have been brought up well here. You really can, but you have to. It is harder. I would say it is harder, but I wouldn't trust so much, and I wouldn't recommend that men just go to third world countries and believe that they're going to find a dream no matter what. You can find a dream that will turn into the worst nightmare you've ever seen when you bring her here, when you bring her home.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
true
gonna
on that.
Woman's here, or whether she come from whether she here or whether she come from a third world country, either which way it's still the same. I feel like it both the same, a needle in a haystack. Either which way you're gonna have to cut her off and move on. So it really don't matter. But what I'm saying though, your chances, I was saying to the extent of these days, because the way most women think is that they're gonna lead a man, and you're not gonna lead no man, not no real man. A real man, and you can see that the woman on the street and the woman that's highly educated, they both think alike in America. I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna run a show. You're not gonna run no show. You can look at Will Smith. This man got over $300 million, and he letting this woman let her daughter write letters to my. She miss a dead man. Now if that'd have been me, I'd have sent her and my daughter to go dig him up in a grave and find him, and I'd have moved on. Because I love myself just that much. You know, I think
Does
that's
anybody
what the
else want to
problem is.
respond?
Most men are scared to move on. You
Does
can't
anybody
be
else want to
OG,
scared
I
to
got
respond
move
one
to
on.
this?
You
question
got
for
to
you
move
though.
on, man.
I got a question
Say
for
it
you,
again,
OG.
Mira.
Because the thing is, you were saying right now, I think that what kind of mindset you think men should have? Because the one you talk about right now seems to be one of like be preserved, and this is how the men going their own way has started. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like MGTOW stuff he's talking right now, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You're telling people to be
Well, I
mindful,
think
be guarded. You know what I'm saying? Look out for these women who are selfish and stuff like that. The thing is, selfish people have always existed. That's not a new thing. The thing that's going on that's different is that times are easy, which is why you see a fluctuation of a spike, I should say, of people being more selfish. There's already been an experiment done to rats, okay? And if rats can become selfish, people can just be selfish when life gets easy. Just look at this. I forgot what it's called. I feel like I forgot what it's called. Some type of rat experiment from the 1970s. It was supposed to be about population growth and see how they can handle it. And
MIT.
whatever happened was,
Yeah, it was
Oh,
MIT.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember that. Yeah, they
yeah, they
put a
ended up
bunch
killing each other
together.
because they were selfish. Life was too easy, and that's
Right.
exactly what's happened to us. Our values have shifted because we don't have any real hardship, no real hardship to value each other as people. We value technology more than we value people because it's making life easy. It provides a lifestyle that we like. I'm telling you, that is one of the biggest things that it is. It's not that so much that women are really selfish. I travel the world, and there are lots of beautiful people. Like I said, but their values is different. But another thing that can switch those values is you as a man. If you have your values in order and you're going the way you want to go, you're gonna attract someone who's gonna want to be on board with you, like dead ass. They're gonna find value in you because the proof is in the pudding. For me and my wife, she might talk that shit sometimes, but then I tell her like, watch what happens, and then the evidence proves for itself. So the next time I say something, it's like I ain't gotta say nothing because she already seen that. Yo, what he says is true. His actions speak louder than words. So that's how I would say for men, it's just like don't be on a woman's level talking with her and stuff. Just do what you got to do as a man and let your work speak for itself. Yes, ma'am, Miss Patty.
Yeah. I have a question for the men.
I don't know how experienced y'all is, but I don't know how experienced y'all is, but I'm very
Mr.
observant.
Mr.
And I
OG, one
learned a
second.
long time ago is
One
to
second,
listen to
Mr.
women.
OG.
Women
I'm
usually
sorry.
tell you.
OG, I'm gonna mute you just for a second because I think you have a delay and you're not hearing the flow. Miss Patty, can you please?
Oh,
I don't
okay.
even think he
I'm
knows that
off
he's
now.
muted. Mr. OG, okay, thank you. 1 second. Miss Patty?
I'm off
I
now.
just had a question for the men.
Yeah, I would tell Mr. Marvelous that
Mr. OG, 1 second, please, Mr. OG,
observant
please.
these days.
I'm muting you because I need you to wait a second. Please wait 1 second, okay? Go ahead, Miss Patty, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, where are you men looking for these women? Because it seems like a lot of the stuff that I hear, honestly, where I go, I do a lot of volunteer work. So my husband found me doing volunteer work, vetted me, yada yada yada. So I don't understand, where are you men going that you are looking for wives in the United States? Are you going to, if you're going to a place like a club, you're going to find just what you're looking for. If you see someone and she's belly out, whatever, she's showing herself, and then she doing all this, that's what you're going to get. And so I don't understand a lot of times when I hear the argument about going somewhere or going out here instead of going to the places where you would find viable women to be your wives. So anybody can actually answer. Or
Yes.
You go
And how
to
you
a
doing
church
there?
and
How,
it's
how
still
you doing
not
there, Miss
popping.
Patty Giggs? How you doing there?
Hi.
How you doing there? Much respect to you. I don't I like these kind of questions because again, I always put this out here. I'm a millennial, and I would say in my generation, these women are definitely off base. But however, if a man in this country is going to find a woman, he has to go to the library, he has to go to the grocery store, he has to go to certain events, like training events. We have a lot of training events like these Match.coms and stuff like that. They have these events. You have to go to events where there's a feminine type of environment. But unfortunately, a lot of women in my generation and next have been brainwashed with this weird thing where they have to compete with men and themselves. They have to delete everything that is what's the word here, that is beneficial to their womanhood, i.e. femininity, because a lot of women don't really appreciate femininity. Yourself and Patty, I know you do, Ameera does, but a lot of women, they don't like it. They don't like the fact that they have to do certain things or walk this way or talk this way or move there. If you look and compare how women used to walk back in the day to now, women walk very masculine. You have to ask, why is that? It's not because they're working now, because they're out of the house. It's because of their tuning and frequency within their brain and what they're choosing to do as witches. But to answer your question, a lot of men my age, we're having a hard time to find women because they're choosing to be in the demonic club. And I don't tell men to go out there and go to the I don't do that, because just like Amir was saying, it's like I think you're agreeing with. You can go to Brazil and get the same woman you get here, and then you bring her back here, she might even be 20 times worth. So, I mean, again, it's about it's about, like Amir was saying, you have to understand how she was grown up in her household, what she was taught, the home values. You know what I mean? You're not gonna go to
There's a
Russia and
deeper
find your
issue.
wife immediately. It's bull crap.
There's a deeper issue there to that question, right? Because you're asking where the men are going to find wives.
Yeah.
What
Well,
you
they
jumped
going there
over
because they feel like those women are
is
more
that
family orientated. They're not going because of the look. They're going because they feel like those women are more family orientated
They
than
the
these
same everywhere.
American women. Everybody think it's because they look better or this or that. It's not really that. Those guys are going over there because they feel like those women are more family orientated. They feel like when they have their kids with them women, they're not gonna snatch their kids from them. I don't know who changed that over there. They going over there because of this. They're not necessarily going over there because of sex. When they have a family, they want to have a family. They don't want to wake up one morning and she tell me, well, I want a divorce because you didn't make me feel this way this morning. And you talked to me a little too aggressive. And I want to leave. And you can meet them in the church, you can meet them at the library, you can meet them at the grocery store, or you can meet them at the club. They're all the same, bro. It's no difference.
I agree,
Yeah,
but I mean,
and
you can't
I
go.
don't know
You
about
can't.
that.
You know, you can go to
Yeah, I
Russia,
don't know about
go
that
to
one.
Germany. They all
what I
the
was
same.
gonna say was that the
Feminism
deeper
has
issue.
put a blank on this whole
Yeah,
planet.
I
I was
mean,
just saying,
club girls
feminism put a
go to
blank on
get
this whole planet.
groceries too. We all know that. Club girls go to get groceries. Everybody goes to get groceries, but um,
How many
I'm just
club
saying,
girls
right?
are in the library?
listen,
Like,
the
how
deeper
many
Right.
thing is
club
Yeah,
this,
girls
church
are
guys,
too,
is
in
Amir.
that
community service? You know what I'm saying?
They'll be
Yeah.
in
this is where I
church
put
too.
responsibility on the men, right? Because as men, we need to make sure we're keeping each other in line as best as we can. A lot of these guys, when they're talking about
Mhm.
relationships nowadays, they're not out in the world looking for wives. That's the thing. Their minds are not
That's
set
true.
to look for wives. They're looking
Okay.
for a girlfriend. They're looking for a fun time to hopefully or accidentally turn into a wife once they get comfortable. But they're not going out into the marketplace actually looking for a wife. Because as men, we know if you're going to go out into the world looking for something, you have requirements, you have metrics. There's things that there's standards
And
that
I
you're looking
understand
for.
that.
That's why
And
it's
part of
very
that
well known
requirement
that no
is
man is going to go to a club or wipe up a 304. We know this as men. No man's really going to take that seriously. Unfortunately, a lot of men are not being told, listen, stop messing with the 304s. When you're ready to have a
no, a lot of
wife,
men
you need to look for a
haven't
wife.
been taught neither, bro. They're being
Mhm.
misled by their mama, so
That's
they
the
going
deeper
off what their
issue.
mama thought instead of what their daddy thought. Most men that are successful were raised by other men, bro.
can I
90%
want to
I
say
was
of the
gonna say
something.
men that's
to the
raised in
question.
America are raised by women, bro.
I want to say something to you guys. I think
It ain't
the
like their mama
majority of
and
the
grandmama
problems
was
that
gonna
we
keep it real with them and tell them the truth.
right, Mr. OG, hold on one second. I want to ask you guys this. You guys see the problem that we have with the putting the woman on the pedestal. This is what Will Smith did with Jada, and this is kind of what I think Johnny Depp did with Amber Heard, putting them on a pedestal, making them almost in a childlike
That was Will
status
Smith
where
fault though,
they
Amir.
can do no wrong. They're just
You should have
perfect. They
left
can
her.
do no wrong, no matter what they do. They will get forgiven. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's kind of the problem that we're seeing here is men putting women on
Because men was
pedestals.
trying to me. I
Mr.
would have
OG so
showed him how to
talkative.
handle Jada.
So talkative. Uh-huh.
He not
Mr. OG,
handling
you
Jada the right way. That Jada needed to be for the streets. She and my
I
daughter and
wanted
my
to.
son, all three of them could have went to the streets. It's rough out
I
there.
wanted to answer Miss Patty's. I wanted to answer Miss
I'd have had a
Patty's
new
question
family.
earlier.
I'd have had
Oh
some more
my God.
kids.
I
I don't play them
I'm
games.
done.
I'd have told her and my daughter to go find Tupac grave and dig him up, and y'all can have him. I don't
Wow.
play them games, Amir. Them
That
weak
is
men
wild.
that do that. You got 300
Wow.
million. You don't gave her a beautiful life. You gave her everything that a woman can ask for, and she ain't gonna respect you. Got your daughter writing a letter to a dead man. I'd have told her that day,
Mm.
you and your mama get together with your brother, and y'all go dig him up, and let me know when you find him, because I would
What
not
is
be here
going
when y'all
on
get back.
today? What is going on in this show today?
That's
I
the
don't know.
extreme. I ain't gonna lie.
What is
Yo, what's
happening?
cool? What
Like
you
what's
said
going
is so
on,
tame
Amir?
compared to
White
what
men
OG
need to
just
stop
said. I ain't
playing
gonna
with
lie.
black women with soft gloves.
But yeah.
They act like a man, so
Oh,
we
so
need to start treating them like men.
Mr.
Okay.
I was
Marvel,
gonna
were
say with Patty's question. Yeah, I was gonna answer her question. Where to find a woman,
Everybody
right?
know
I'm not
Tupac.
looking.
Tupac wasn't going to marry
Mr.
Jada.
OG, Mr. OG, I
Tupac
want
was
to
not
thank
going to
you.
marry that woman.
Mr.
She done
OG,
lied to her daughter.
Mr. OG, I want to thank you so much
And
for
that's just
joining
like
us.
Megan Thee Stallion talking about she didn't
Mr. OG,
sleep with Tory.
Mr. OG, I want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please come back. I got to let some other people on, okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I am so sorry, guys. He's still talking. He's actually still talking. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I don't want to be mean at all, but we can't get other people to speak because I think there's a delay. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Marvelous. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem, no problem. The only thing I was gonna say was to answer your question, where I find my I didn't look for a wife per se. I had one girlfriend prior to my wife, and that relationship taught me a lot of what to look for in a woman, like qualities and stuff like that. Because after I went through her, I said, okay, now I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what a good woman does and stuff. And then I put myself out there on a profile, and my wife found me. I was on a dating website, and from there on, it was like 7 months talking on there. I was in Spain, she's in Taiwan, and she hit me up. I honestly didn't think it was even gonna go any further than what it was. You know what I'm saying? But she actually, I probably betted her. Like I gave her like 3 tries. Long distance that ain't really affect her, which doesn't affect me. I'm military, so it was just like things that I was trying her on, and I was seeing her personality, what her values were. That was the most important things that she valued. And I was like, that's all that matters. We good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that she allows me, like, she trusts me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told her we're going to go here, we're going to do this. She's like, all right, cool, I got you. I'll follow you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I knew, like, she was on board. Once I said that she was on board and she accepted me, all this shit, trust me, I got some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she really was like, I'm down for it. And I mean, I gave her 3 outs. But she still wanted all this baggage and everything that comes with it. So I was like, you
But
want
Mr.
this
Marvelous,
lifestyle? Huh?
Mr. Marvelous, can I point something out to you? Everything that you're saying, if a woman were to say the same thing, she would be called, um, delusional. She would be called loose. She would be called for the streets. Because if a woman comes and tells you, after all the relationships that I've been through, and I finally found what I need, and I finally know what is good for me because I've been through so many bad relationships, and he accepts me with all this baggage, and just like you said, these are the words that you said. He accepts me with all this baggage. If a woman were to say the same thing, she would be called many names that aren't very pleasant. So why do men get this kind of grace with you're saying? Because I see people agreeing with you and saying, oh, yes, yes, yeah, you're right. You had to go through so many bad relationships to find the woman that you wanted or the right woman for you. But women don't get that kind of leeway.
But I would say this just for a caveat. It wasn't a bad relationship. I'm not gonna lie. My ex, it was the fact that I was military and she couldn't do long distance. That's why it didn't work. Honest to God, that would be my first wife. Had she like now that wasn't the thing she wasn't gonna deal with. She wasn't on board with that. And I said, okay, no problem. You get off at this stop here, and we just continue life. To this day, honestly, I still stay in touch with her. Not on no closeness, but more like birthdays, if I see on the Facebook, little happy birthday type like that. But like otherwise, we still like cool. We're not like enemies or nothing like that. But I acknowledge that she exists.
No, Mr. C, it's not about trying to be a man at all. I do understand that there are double standards, and I like the double standards, but this double standard, I'm just curious, like, why the same exact words can be said in this fashion. And it looks like he seems logical, and it seems like he's found his way after going through the rough times. And this is allowed for men. You can find your way after going through the rough times, and you can find happiness and
Yeah.
say, I have baggage, and this person accepts my baggage. And there's nothing wrong with that when it comes from a man. But when it comes from a woman, it is, oh, look, oh, whoever is with you is a simp because he accepted you with your baggage, whoever, it just, I'm just
I get
looking at
you.
it that way. That's all. I mean, like I said, double standards
Say,
exist.
I know why, Amir, because it's cause and effect. The things that affect the woman don't affect the man in the same way. So the consequences of a woman, right, getting with the wrong man, is different than a man who got with the wrong woman. It's not even close to being the same. A man's going to be affected most likely, at the worst, financially, and also mentally and stuff like that. Everyone gets affected mentally, but the biggest thing is finances. Biggest thing that affect a woman is her physicality, like legitimately, like she giving up her womb to another guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and has kids that are long term life effects. These is different. Money can be recuperated. You know what I'm saying? I could lose money and get it back. Kids, that's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the cause and effect is another reason why it would be looked at differently, in my opinion. That's all.
Mental trauma goes both ways, whether you're
Yes.
female or man. So, I mean, like I said, emotional, mental trauma that you go through with multiple relationships and such, you're gonna
Hmm.
you're gonna bring it no matter what, whether you're female or male. But I do understand what you're trying to say, and half of the chat agrees with you, and half do not. So, I mean, I'm curious to see what the chat thinks about this because I'm watching what you guys are saying, and I see some people are saying women's baggage is heavier, it has a lot more bags with it, a lot more zippers. um and then I see some people saying, it trauma is trauma. It doesn't matter
I would say, on my opinion here, women's baggage is more potent based off, if
Because
again,
they're witches. I understand that.
yeah,
I'm just
well,
saying.
that
I
that
understand
too,
it.
Oh, I love this.
that too. But when you look at, if you want to go by the religious
Mira.
manuals, if people want to subscribe to that, when you look at that, how I think Patty just like, oh,
No,
when
no,
you
no.
look at that,
Her connection went out.
when
She
you
said,
look at the religious manuals, if people want to go by that and certain things and how women should conduct their lives and all that, and when women do certain things, when they have multiple partners, when they have children, whatever, and again, a woman, like I said before, a woman is really the Akashic record. She's the records keeper, so she's going to have a lot more things within her, energies from different men, whether it be DNA from different men, whether it be certain trauma bonding, whether it be emotional bonding. She's going to carry all this weight and transfer it next to the next man, whether she's going to be what's the word, bringing baggage to the next relationship, whether she likes it or not. So what I'm saying is, if women were going to be more conservative with their bodies, they're going to have less problems, and they're going to conduct or attract better men. This is why we're saying it's by nature. That's what I'm saying. Women, when I say negative, they're a magnet for certain things. So if women understand that, they'll have better lives. And men, I'm not saying men go out here and screw all these women out here, but I'm saying women's bodies are not meant to be with all these men. Really, women are really able to handle one relationship mentally, physically, and spiritually. After
okay.
that, they're kind of done. After that, they're done. They
Mm.
can fake the funk and say society promotes me to do this, and I'm a woman, I'm strong. But no, but after a woman loses her virginity to a man, whether she loves him or not, she's done. She's done.
So you're saying that she can only love once. My thing is, we don't believe in this whole love culture, and like, Eastern cultures, we don't believe in this love thing.
I
It's
see
a
what you mean.
duty, and a job is a job. For us, it's not seen as, oh, if you get in love once, then you can't get in love again. You're done. For us, it's more like, do you understand your role? Can you
Mhm.
complete or execute the job position that you are applying for? And if you can, then so be it. But we don't believe in all this love, and if you love once, then you're done after that. But we don't believe that way. We believe it's a job, and it should be taken seriously as such.
Right, Amira, and like I said, I spoke with my brother before that is married to two women from Saudi Arabia, and they said the same thing you said. It's not this concoction America has come up with more often than not. They
Mm,
believe in it's a duty responsibility,
right.
and more often than not, I guess the words of wisdom I got from him when he told when he told me what they said, it was more the lines like you like it's a duty responsibility. This is no game. Take it very seriously if
Right.
you're going to do it, and also um, don't take it for granted. And and I think that's some of the best advice he could ever give me from what his wife has said.
Right.
And and it just needs to be said because people don't take stuff over here seriously, and I'm particularly not a fan of it sometimes because stuff is serious. It needs to be serious. You need to be serious about it. When I'm doing work, I'm serious about my work. I don't have time to be buddy buddy with people, but I make it time not to be a jackass half the time. But when it's like I guess it will wind down time. Cool off, cool yourself off. You need a breathing period, of course, and you just need to gather your thoughts to prepare for the next day. All men know this.
Mm,
Yeah, you guys are not working 24/7 to the point where you're on the freaking ground. You're working to the point of where you need to get your work done, but also you need to go home. You need to get a cooling off period. Go back, repeat the same thing every day. That's how men normally do things. Because I say we're programmed to do that. We are to an extent, but the thing is, how we interact with our fellow significant others. Like I said, that's a job within of itself. Never, and I know people don't like when I say that. It's a job. No, bro, it's work. It's a work. Your lady is work. She has to work just like you have to work.
I want to
And
address
I think
something really, really
go
quickly.
ahead.
I have someone in the comments saying, "Why are you taking advice from Middle Easterners? These
Why
people
am I?
sell black people as slaves today." Oh my God! Just,
Okay.
just, this is wait, wait,
Let,
wait. I just want to say something really quickly before anybody does. If you, oh my God, do you? The places where the slavery is going on right now is mostly in Africa, and there's not just black people being sold. It's not just black people being sold, and it's not just black people selling them. This is goes beyond races, and there's slavery in China. There's slavery everywhere. So if you're going to be racist and see me as a person who sells black people because I'm Middle Eastern, I mean, that's racist in itself. Like, I don't sell any black people. I don't sell anyone, actually. Well, occasionally. Anyway, I'm just saying Asians, sometimes, but that's different. I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. But literally, like, just to say that is very racist to just look at me because I'm Middle Eastern and say, oh, I sell black people. I don't sell black people, sir. So, no. And if you don't have advice, you don't have to say that.
That was very
That's
tactless
messed up.
what that comment said. I swear, when I hear stuff like that, like
extremely.
Yeah, and exactly. Like it's like you guys have no sense of classism and tact. Whenever people write stuff like that, you don't know what you're talking about. That's some
just
propaganda
excuses.
Nonsense.
It's excuses and laziness, really and truly. Because even in the Caribbean, when it comes to family, it's traditional values. The man has a role, period. That's it. You go out there, you work, you take care of your family, you take care of your kids, period. It's not negotiable. It's not a love thing, Do we want love? Sure. But it's not a love thing. You enter into a relationship with a woman, that's work. It's your family, it's your kids.
It's a job.
It's your grandparents, it's your cousins, it's a job. That's what it is. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that. And they bring up this kind of race stuff, right? Because it detracts from the truth. Exactly. The truth of it is it's work. It's a work and it requires responsibility. And unfortunately, our society nowadays want to reject responsibility at every turn possible.
Work. Yeah.
At every turn possible.
I agree. Everything needs to be more easier. Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Will.
Yeah, with that being said, Cyrus, I agree. Well, we have to look at a lot of women are underqualified to really be in a relationship. That's what I'm saying. I was looking at some of the comments and I tried to look at them because there's a lot of weirdos in there. But what I want to say is, like, when I say they're done, if you look at the track record of women in America, I'm talking about millennials. I don't know what happened in the past generation. I'm talking about now. Once they lose their virginity to a certain man, whether they love them or not, you look at their track record, who they date and who they marry, it's not too good. So what I'm saying based off stats reflects a truthful answer there. So I'm not just saying it because, I just want to say it and da-da-da-da. Women of today are taught that they can screw anybody, can have multiple partners, and still find a man, and that's not true.
You're talking about pair bonding. You're talking about pair bonding, but I believe that life goes beyond just pair bonding.
I don't think I'm talking about pair bonding. I'm just talking about we promote women's negative. We promote negative femininity is really what I'm saying. And we always want to cope and say in other words, we always say women can do no wrong to society. That's not true. But we look at men nowadays, it's like everything we do. Me even saying this, you're disgruntled. You don't like this. You get, it's all these kind of issues they always want to put on us as men. But women, it's like they can delete people. Just like that woman you're talking about now. She can say she's mentally ill and then she can get off. That's what I'm saying. Like somebody got to do something.
Well, I always say that these labels will continue to exist to the end of time until they're buried like fire or burned to the freaking ground, in my opinion. Is what needs to happen.
Feminism,
another thing. Oh no, go ahead, Mir. Go ahead, Mir.
You mean feminism to be burned to the ground?
That has to be burned to the ground. Like honestly, more than just buried to the ground. That has to be freaking asteroid out of this planet.
Literally.
That because you got to do that. And also, no. I get on both sides. I get on men and women when I do that. The freaking dudes that are on some crazy stuff, they gotta go.
JB, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about extremists more often than not. The ones who kind of spearhead the program and masquerade something as if it's nice and peaceful, but it actually turns out to be this ugly thing that you didn't know nothing about. Because that's what I thought feminism was, and I got a reality check. That's not it at all. It's not at all. Not it at all. And I'm not. And the extremists that spearrun this stuff are the ones I'm talking about. Got to go. Literally, they got to go because they're, like I said, you're traumatizing and you're trying to indoctrinate a young group of young girls to think this, and also brainwash young men to think that their masculinity is wrong. That's where it really all stems from. And what they're doing to 6-year-old boys in schools, and I'm not a fan of. That's why I would never let my son go to school. I'm gonna homeschool him like I'm gonna get homeschooled.
Abolish public schools. Abolish public schools. Hashtag. Everybody hashtag that. Abolish public school. I'm sorry. This is not a school anymore. It's a government indoctrination camp. Abolish public schools.
Actually, I was going to say internment camp, but hey, that's nicer than what I said.
Hey, Jay, I got a question for you, Jay. What do you think of the two words? What do you think of the two words, right? Inclusion and equality. We think those two words: inclusion and equality.
I'll start with equality first, bro. Let's do equality first. Get to inclusion.
Yeah, let's
I
do
got
one.
my
Let's
own
do
pitch
one.
in that. Okay. Equality is supposed to be what it's supposed to be. Literally, not one over the other. It is what it is. Of what I think what the word is. Of what the actual definition is supposed to mean. But I know how Americans, I'm gonna say American, but with how the modern day people mostly think what it is, like the ones who spear around in front of me, they think this is what they think. They think we want to be 100%. We want equal opportunities. We want the same pay as men. We want the same, things to get away with. Men can get away with. That's what they want, all of it. But what they don't really understand when we say equal, we mean if you put hands on us, we can put hands on you and knock your heads off. Now you're in the same stature as us. Now, look, hear me, and that's why I said I don't have to open the door for you anymore, right? You equal to me, right? I only open the door for old ladies, not you. That's equal, right, baby?
I mean, if she opens the door for you, you open the door for her as well.
Exactly. That's what it would be equal.
Because when someone opens the door for me,
I'll walk through. Open the door for you. You walk through. That's how we gonna do that. That's equal. So people don't understand. Like people take words. Marvelous. I'm not using an example. People take those words and they don't use the actual definition. That's why I can't stand people who went to school that don't use the proper freaking English terms. You don't know what polygamy means. You don't know what freaking paternalistic means. You don't know any of these words. Why are you using them? Like you know something. Because when I G-check you and you try to freaking deflect and say, oh, you must be a hater of women. No, stop being stupid. I'm not in fifth grade, sweetheart. We in college terms right now. So speak. You went to school like I did. So speak with the words that you were taught in school. So that's what equality means. Literally, it means equal. What it means.
Can I ask? I want to ask really quickly. I'm sorry if my internet is messing up, guys. Am I like lagging or anything?
No, you sound fine.
Oh,
This
okay.
picture's smoking.
You're a little blurry, though.
It's smoking.
I just wanted to ask you guys what is going on in the chat because JB is losing his mind. He's saying that that somebody doesn't like immigrants, and I don't understand what's going on. Can somebody explain to me what's going on? Why JB is saying that?
I haven't looked at the chat. I haven't looked at it, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay, Jordan says
some wild stuff. I don't want to be the only one who doesn't know what's going on here.
I think it all started with that comment you have.
It says I'm Haitian and I'm offended.
Yeah, it says Haitians are offended.
The whole situation about the slave thing y'all talking earlier about the there's slaves in Africa. She's Middle Eastern. Why take her advice? I think that's what JB's kind of going off of.
No, JB is talking about he doesn't like Kulik. He says he doesn't like Kulik, or he's trying to call him.
Here, I'm gonna pay due to this mess and waste my time on this. We have an insecure individual like so. And again, I'm gonna get back to Ameera's show. What's going on here? Y'all can go back to the video what I said about my people, who I am, how I appreciate America and this country, who I am as an Autochthon American Indian. There's the fool right now. If you listen to the video, what I said, again, people have listening skills. This guy's very emotional. He's insecure and everything like that. So he can sit here and do his little mess and all that. I said what I said. That's what it is. If y'all feel a certain way, y'all can feel a certain way. But what I said on here, I want to get back to the show. I don't know if this idiot wants to derail it and get back to other things like that. But when you have insecure men like this and simps like this, this is why manhood is messed up, because you got idiots like this with no money or money. We got people like this in our community, no matter what race or background, that really need help. Okay.
I'm missing something.
And they wouldn't dare be saying this stuff in my face, real walkie talkie. So everything I say on this internet, I make sure if I can say it on here, I'm gonna say it in your face. You can go in the comments, you can say I'm this, you can say I'm that, right? But at the end of the day, where you at, boy? Where you at, boy? So let's get back to the show, because I wasn't gonna sit here and try to concentrate on these comments and these weird feminine things you're doing, boy. But at the same time, as a man that served my country, my family's been here, as an Autochthon American Indian, I love myself and my people. You complaining, talking about this stuff, and being disingenuous and ignorant, talking down on my people here, whether they look like me or not, you got something to pay for that, boy. So you keep running your mouth to me. Again, if you can do it in the comments, you can't do it in my face, shut the fuck up.
I've been going
real
for
walkie-talkie.
I really have been gone for a while. JB, what is wrong? Can you explain what's going on,
He
please?
keeps running his. I mean, like a female. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? I'm not bothering you, dude. What are you doing? You still talking about that? You need help, dude.
I'm gonna let him keep crying, Ameera, and then let me know when I can. Let me know when I can talk.
First, show your ugly face. First, show your ugly face. Like I
Can
said,
we be nice?
like I
Can we
said
be
to you on
nice?
that show.
No
First, show
insults.
your ugly
No insults.
goat face, Haitian
Oh,
monkey
God.
face. I'm gonna say it again live up on here, boy. Do you need you want some
Wait.
more, boy? What are you
Wait.
doing? What are you doing?
Wait. Did he just say monkey
Hey,
face?
yo, guys.
Oh my
Raise the
God.
fam. I
Hey,
gotta get ready
Ameera,
to
you
go.
see how
It's
easy?
been
You see how
nice,
easy it
Ameera.
is?
I
Just let
appreciate
him.
you having
Wait.
me
Hold
up
up, hey,
here.
Marvelous.
Thank you,
Let him keep
Marvelous.
going.
Thank you
Let
so
him,
much, Marvelous.
hold up, let him keep going. Let him keep going.
What is
I'll,
wrong?
when I can
Show your
talk.
face.
Y'all take care.
Show your face. And what?
Bye-bye.
Think
Take
about
care,
it.
Marvelous.
Think about it. What are you doing? You're in the comments, running your mouth, saying my name. What are you doing? Huh? Don't you have something else to attend to? You got a girlfriend? You got bills to pay? What are you doing chasing me down, putting my name? What are you doing? Think about it. What are you doing? Am I bothering you? Am I worried about your dumb self? You're here calling my name. What are you doing? You're just like like one of my ex-girlfriend. What are you doing, dude?
There's
And we
a lot
talk
of
about
anger here.
we
There's
talk
a
about
I
lot of
know,
we
anger
Ameera.
talk
You
here.
about
see? I mean,
simps.
you see it, Ameera?
I
Just let
didn't
him
know
keep
that.
going.
I think I missed
But
out.
what are
Let
you
him keep going,
doing?
Ameera. Let him
You're
keep
running.
going.
No. But you're
Listen,
running
Kulik.
again. Answer the question like I said before. Whatever your name is. What are you doing? Again, I've been ignoring you. I'm not saying nothing. Now you're on. What are you doing, dude? You're like a little hurt female dog that keeps running.
Yeah.
You that hurt? What are you
Brother
doing?
Westside. Brother
No,
Westside.
hey, Cyrus,
What
let
are
him
you
keep going. Let
doing?
him keep going. I love this. Let
No,
him
hold
keep
on, hold
going.
on.
No, but the question is,
All
what
he
are
does,
you
listen,
But I
doing,
want to
dude?
hear
Cyrus,
what
Cyrus,
JB
he is
is
so
saying.
good. He's so good at proving the point himself. Just let him keep going. Keep going. Go ahead. Keep
No,
going.
it's disrespectful to this show to just continue ranting
No,
like this, right?
Cyrus. I'm telling
No,
you,
So
no,
just
no. He's right.
let's have
I do
Jonathan
want us
speak.
to have like a speak.
Let's
I
have
don't want it
a
to just be a
conversation.
monologue. I
Yeah,
don't want it to be a
that's all.
No,
monologue.
it's
Like,
not
if you're gonna
ranting. You don't
speak,
know what he's saying. He's saying he's saying all this ignorant stuff doesn't make any sense.
cool it,
So
cool
who's
it,
derailing
Well,
it is you.
cool it.
we got to
Why
give
are
him
you
I've had the
space,
here?
same
Bob.
thing said to me. So just relax. Just relax. Let the person say what he wants to say. JB, what is wrong? Am I missing something?
salute, Ameera. How you doing, Ameera?
Hello, JB. Nice to see you. It's been so long.
I know. I wish you pulled up to the live show, but
When
anyway, so you wanted to know what I was referring to. All you have to do, Ameera, is because you can just watch it for yourself. It's live.
What
In
the
fact,
hell does it
I
have
will
to do with the
actually.
show? Here's the
You see
question.
this?
What
You
does
see
this have to
this?
do with no, but
One
really,
Do you see
second.
this?
what does this have
Kulik,
to
I
do with
want
the
to hear.
show?
I
Do
just
you
want to
see
hear.
this? Do you see this? Look at him.
JB
Look
is
at
a part
him.
of the network, so I want to
He just can't
understand what
help.
he's trying to say.
He
This
just
is
can't help himself.
amazing. This is
He just can't help
amazing.
himself.
No, this has
He just
nothing to
can't
do
help
with the
himself.
subject material. You're talking about stuff in the chat room has nothing to do with this. You're calling all
Ameera,
sorts
let me know when I
types of
can.
names
Kulik, I
on me.
want to hear JB. I want to hear him. Just give me a second. I just want to
Man,
know. He's
it's
a part of the
amazing.
network, so I
It's
want to give
amazing.
him a chance to say what he wants to say. Just give him a minute. You'll have plenty of chance to respond. JB,
So
please.
so Ameera, what I'm gonna do is I will actually just send you timestamps, and you can watch for yourself. I'm not gonna send you anything clipped, and you can just see for yourself
Man,
what this
loser.
gentleman had to say. Okay, unprovoked, by the way. And again, it's all live, right? It's absolutely all of it is live, right? None of it has been clipped. It's all on the internet, and you can get to see yourself. And I just find it hilarious. So the reason I write my comments is because I find it hilarious for the things that he had to say about immigrants.
No, I said
And
anything about
Jesus
you, and I
Christ,
said about
Jesus
your
Christ,
people.
you see this right here? You see
What I
this?
said about your
Do you
people.
see this right here?
What are you doing? No, the question is, what are you doing as a female that you are? Because you're a female. It's
Look at
crazy. This is
Aw,
insane.
he's calling names now. Aw.
Oh,
Just
I'm
1
calling
minute.
names. I'm
1
calling names.
minute. Kulik, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you at all. You don't have to defend yourself right now. I just want
I'm
to hear
not
what he
worried
has to
about the
say.
judging.
I just want to hear what he has to say. That's
What
all.
is going
Clearly he
on
is,
here?
because he just can't help himself.
No. Again, the things you've said in the chat room, one, you wouldn't say in my face. Okay. Number
You
two.
keep wanting me to be in your face, but I don't want to be
Okay.
next to you, fam.
Why are you here? Why are you saying my name, idiot? Why are you saying my? You don't make any
whatever
sense.
the fuck I want to say.
Why are you saying my name?
Ameera, can you shut him up so I can?
Why are you saying my name?
Ameera, can
If
you
you don't
shut
want
him
to
up
be
so I can keep
whatever,
talking?
what are you
Just
doing?
1 second. Kulik, Mr. Kulik.
You're
Please.
such a
Can you shut him
hurtful
up so I can keep
female.
talking?
You're
I don't
such a
want to mute
hurt
you.
female, dude. It's
I don't want
crazy.
to mute you. Please. I respect both of you very much. I don't want to mute you, Mr. Kulik. I'm just want you guys, like, if there's a fight or if you guys are having an
There's
issue,
no fight, Ameera. There's no
can
fight.
we figure
You
it
see the
out
only
and move
one with
on?
the insults and the you're a female, you this. Like I'm not worried about his little insults. So basically,
But don't do that, because then you're gonna make him say something else
The
again. when you do
question
that.
is, like I
can't
said,
listen.
why
I'm
are you
Ameera.
here?
I can't make a man.
Why are you calling my name? It's the question. Why are you calling
I
my name?
can't make a man.
Why are you calling my name then?
I can't
Why,
make
the question again. Why are you calling my name?
Ameera, can
If
you
it doesn't worry
Ameera,
you,
can you do me a
why are you
favor
calling my
and
name?
actually mute him? Because I want to actually
Cooley,
talk.
he can mute himself. He can mute himself. He's a man. He knows how to mute him. Mr. Cooley.
He clearly doesn't.
1 second.
He clearly
JB,
doesn't.
stop. JB, jeez. JB.
So
okay. So you said that there
basically,
was something said about immigrants.
yeah. So I had a show. I had a show, and it was a show about immigrants, and I actually invited a brother that I actually had this discussion with in person in real life. It was a show on like ADOS FBA versus immigrants, and we were basically what we did was we had this conversation in real life. It got pretty heated because we know how the ADOS FBA versus immigrant conversation goes. So it got pretty heated, and I thought the brother had a lot to contribute because he considers himself FBA, and I'm like, you know what, you should come on my show. We're gonna have a conversation about it. It might get a little contentious, but let's actually have the conversation. And he agreed, so he came on my show. We had a respectful conversation. I mean, it was heated, but for the most part, we had a respectful conversation about it, back and forth and whatnot. Anton had hopped on and had a back and forth with him and whatnot. And then, this gentleman decided to hop on as well. And like I said, you can just go for yourself. I'm not even going to tell you. I will send you the timestamps, and you can go for yourself and see almost immediately just what he just did today on your show just now, right? You notice I didn't say a word. And he just went to the insults and all this stuff, and
like in the chat room,
talking.
Like you've done.
Look at this,
in the
right?
chat
Look at this.
room,
He
like
just
you've
can't.
done.
Look at this.
Like in the chat room, like you've done.
Clearly.
What are you talking about?
He just
dude?
can't help himself. Look at this. He just can't help himself.
Dude, you're that.
He just can't help
like
himself.
you are so hurt. You're in the chat room calling my name. I'm not going to your channel worried about you, man. I'm not even thinking about you. Do you understand?
He just can't.
Do you
help
understand
himself.
in real time that don't make any sense? You're talking about.
I want to ask you
Doesn't make any
guys.
sense. If you don't like
Cooley,
somebody, why are you
I
near?
want to ask you guys a question. I want to ask you guys a question. Just really quickly, calm down. Both of you guys, just take a breather for 1 second. I want to ask you a
Ameera,
question.
I'm good.
If someone says something about immigrants, does that make them racist? What was said? What was
so Ameera, here's what
outrageous?
I specifically said, right? So I want to make it clear what I specifically said in the comments, and I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it because it's absolutely clownish behavior for somebody to
This is
have
crazy.
said.
You got this beta weirdo that's calling my name, and now I have to talk about it on Ameera's show, which has nothing. And you're
so
again.
pressed right now.
I'm not worried about you, dude. I'm not going to your
You
channel.
clearly are because you can't shut up.
One, you're on here and you're calling my name, fool. Are you that dumb?
Okay,
you're calling my name. Listen, dude, you're calling my name.
Where's the music?
I haven't even said. I'm not even thinking about you.
Put the music.
Did you know you're a female? Do you know that, Jonathan? I'm not even thinking about you, dude. Look how pitiful and idiotic you look. I'm not saying your name. I'm not calling you out. I'm not even thinking about you. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing?
You called him.
And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You have these
Ameera, don't worry about what
you have these weird
that's all
people like you. No, that's all he does. We have these weird people like you that come over here and create these narratives. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? You don't make any sense.
Like the police.
What are you doing?
You don't like these laws. I have video and document evidence of people who will tell you right now from the NAACP.
And now we're talking about this on
saying,
this
hey,
show.
all these things.
This is amazing. What are we doing right now?
Look,
this is why we have these beta male simps like you that
It's not very inspiring. If you look at that city, like a city that's literally like outside, I guess it's outside of Atlanta since they made it their own city. If you look up South Fulton, right? South Fulton.
Oh, is that world class? Yeah, world class. Get on here. Because I mean, this is
the entire government is black people, right? And the results are terrible.
Yes,
like I would not want to live in South Fulton at all.
So, yo, check 1 2. Y'all hear me? Check 1 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to go back to in much respect to Big Mike. I was liking a lot of your talking points there, and also Marcus, what's up, man? I'm gonna follow you back there because we know we are the Autochthon American Indians of this country. We're not black. We're not FBO. That's right. FDA, ADOS, all these agent provocateur, eugenics stuff, Tariq and this shit, and all these other people have been putting out there. Real walkie talk. We're not none of that kind of stuff. Y'all got to know that. And also, Haiti and all these islanders are part of the American Union, but unfortunately, that's right. A lot of the people from these islands have separated themselves from us. So therefore, we have to make do for our people first and foremost. So the whole immigrant thing is really irrelevant right now. I don't know why this is even a subject on this podcast here. For example, it makes no sense. It's very disingenuous. Very disrespectful. I would be for all of people that are on the islands from Haiti, whoever, but how they've been treating us for years. And this is before I knew this before. These Tariq shits and all these people like that has been, and like I said, disrespectful. I said that disingenuous. We've always been for you guys. We've always supported you guys. But when you started getting into power with the pale face people and others, you guys defecated on our face. And that was very shameful of you. And if you know the history back in the day, how the people on the main island, us being the country of America and the islands down there, we used to collaborate and help each other out. But you guys chose to disrespect yourselves, your own history, and us. And this spell is going to be on you. That's y'all's choice.
Westside Kulik, why don't you give us some actual examples of what you're saying?
There's many examples, but I want to get back to your question about
no, don't skip past it. I want to hear actual examples of immigrants that came into power and shitted on black people. Give me actual examples.
we're doing it right now. Why is this like a podcast?
We're doing it right now. Let's talk about actual examples.
Just like you're doing right now.
I'm not powerful.
That's remedial. That's remedial.
No, it's not. You just made a point. You just made a point. I want you to qualify it. You just made a point.
That's remedial because I want to ask you why are we worried about I need to be worried about the oppositions or ops of being white people? You understand? My mind isn't. My mind isn't think like that. Why would I want to think and go?
No. Westside Kulik, listen, we grown men. If you make a point, I'm asking you to qualify it. Give us examples.
This whole show.
Give us
the whole what I mean disingenuous, right? This is
don't tell me I'm disingenuous. Give me examples.
The example.
You're a grown man, bro. You're a grown man. If you make a point,
we're both a grown men, but I don't want to do these, if you will.
No, back it up, bro. You cannot.
I think that's fair. Westside.
We're doing it right now. We're doing it right now. We're doing it right now. You got a podcast talking about immigrants and how, and then this guy that was African on here.
Hold on.
Give me no, Nathan. Hold up. No, hold up. Westside Kulik, you make a point. We're not talking about this podcast. We're saying since you're saying this has happened and black immigrants have shitted on y'all and all that, I'm saying give me actual examples of when this has happened.
You immigrants.
We're not talking about this podcast. We're not talking about this podcast.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Okay, if you would let me, because again, this is remedial. You know the truth. The mirror's been right there. But immigrants, hold on. Immigrants being over here, even doing this talking about we might be lazy, we're not appreciative, all this kind of mess. Where did this hate and jealousy come from? Where did this hate?
Giving me actual
No. I don't need to because I don't want to deal with a childlike mind. Immigrants, whether you be Hispanic, Haitian, Jamaican, Trinidadian, you guys.
We're not gonna let you shift the goalposts.
I'm not moving no goalposts.
Listen, if I ask you about your history, you'd start listening to things. You made a statement. You're not talking about this podcast, so don't.
These are the techniques these immigrants do all the time. This immigrant babble talk again. We're doing it right now. We're doing it right now. We're doing it right now. We're doing it.
No, Nathan, hold up.
And it's y'all's fault that you caused this split. Hey, you got around those pale-faced people. You thought you was better, and then look, you're doing this idiotic podcast that don't even make no sense. We got people out here dying and stuff going on, and you gonna talk about immigrants and all this kind of stuff.
Why do you have such?
Go back to your country. Why don't you go back to Haiti and fix it?
Exactly.
But y'all are lazy, you're ignorant,
because you hate America,
jealous, and you
want to be over here taking over.
You out of line, brother. You out of line.
We ain't out of line. Y'all ain't telling the story. Our people are getting hurt, and we doing this idiotic podcast on this crap.
You see, no. Hold up. Listen, nope. We're gonna have this conversation because you make.
I'm not in Haiti. I'm not in Haiti talking about Haiti people. People from Haiti. I'm not in Haiti bringing these topics right now. It don't make no sense.
Why can't you back your claims up? You making a
because the claim is right here. The claim is right here. The claim is right here. The claim is right here.
Hey man.
The claim is right here. You in my land talking this. It don't make no sense. And here's the other point. Why would I worry about if white people are the ops?
No, that's not what you see.
No, that's what you said. That's an immigrant talking point. That's an immigrant talking point. So with that being said, again, I have to ask.
Wait, Ameera,
I mean, I didn't see anything racist per se.
It wasn't rachist at all. Why are you calling my name? Okay, Jonathan, answer the question. Why are you calling my name?
No,
Ameera, you still haven't answered that question.
Was that you? Ameera, was that you sharing your screen or him?
No, that was JR actually.
Okay, hey JR, can you? Because actually, you missed the most important part. Like when he goes on his rant just about now.
This
So
dude is
you
this
missed the
dude
actual
is
most important
worthless,
part.
dude.
JR,
You're
can you
worthless.
bring
You
it
need
back
help.
up?
You, John, do you have a vagina?
JR,
Do
can you bring
you
it
have a
back
vagina?
up? Can you bring it
You're
back up, JR?
worthless. You're really worthless, dude.
I mean,
You're worthless, man.
I mean,
It's
wait,
sad.
but why are you being so mean? Just let us hear
You
it.
know,
It's fine.
Yeah, he doesn't want you to hear it because
No,
he'll
I
prove
want
the
you to
point.
hear everything. But you're over here now for whatever reason. I don't know why. Because if I was Haitian, I would be in Haiti right now. I would be in Haiti.
Hold up, you telling me it was fake, but I was literally
No. I did not
there.
say it was fake. I said it was fake in terms of what they did with the money. If you would listen, you immigrant, you're not listening to me. That's what y'all don't do. Y'all don't listen. You're too emotional, and I have to sit here and scream the mic and deal with people in my country that got no sense, that are insecure, that are jealous and hateful. And once y'all get around them pale-faced people, you change up. Y'all always changed up because y'all are fake and y'all are lazy. You want to go back to your country and you want to fix your own country. Why won't you fix your own country? Why won't you do that? Get back to that. Get back to the point.
I done heard all of that.
With
Now
the
back
money,
to the point.
who was caping, and I'll use that word, the guy who was helping y'all out was us. Was us, because we always supported y'all. But when y'all got over here, you took a shit on us. When you got over here, you took a shit on us.
Shifting the goalposts. Back your
It's not.
point.
I just gave you a point.
How are you as a grown man? You still haven't
point.
given me one example. You just calling names like a female. Give me actual examples.
Okay.
Give me actual examples.
Mr. Paleface, because you're doing these techniques.
Your point.
You're doing these techniques they do.
Qualify your
just
point.
told you
I'm literally asking you to qualify your point.
I just gave you the whole podcast was that example.
Give me examples in history. You said this is
supporting you.
No. Listen,
Oprah supported you. She got black folks all round up to give you money and to give you guys money. And what did you do? Y'all bring y'all unappreciative self over here, and
you still listen. I'm asking you to back up your point. You made some claims. You can start calling names, stop calling names, and actually, like a grown-ass man, instead of calling names like a female, qualify your damn points. Qualify your damn points like a grown-ass man.
I'm gonna say it again because again,
we're not talking about this. We're not talking about this show. You made a point. You said that in historically, immigrants have come here and then they shit on y'all.
Exactly.
Right, when they acquire some power. They acquire some power. So give me examples of when immigrants have come to America and they shat on y'all while they had power.
That
give
whole
me actual
podcast,
examples.
like I said before,
like
that whole podcast.
Give me an actual example.
Well, I'm gonna say it again, you immigrant. I'm gonna say it again. For example, you even having this podcast.
We're not talking about this
talking
podcast.
About like
we're
this.
Not talking about this.
It's very disrespectful. Did you know? Did you know if our people were to go to Nigeria, to go to Haiti, to go any places like that, do you know what would happen to them?
Qualify your points. Qualify your points.
It's been qualified.
No, you haven't.
You're in America. You're in America. This is hilarious. You're in America. You got the freedom of talking on the mic. You're not in Haiti. You're not in Haiti's janky Wi-Fi.
Give me real life examples.
You're not in Haiti's janky Wi-Fi. Talking this stuff.
Bro, I have dealt with enough
comical. What are you doing?
There's no amount.
What are you doing?
Listen.
What are you? No, listen. Think about it. Look at yourself in the mirror. You're in America.
Dude, listen. There is no amount of insults that you can throw at me. There's no amount of insults you can throw at me that I have not heard from a female. Now, I just need you, as a grown-ass man, to back your points. I don't care about your insults. Your little insults are stupid. I don't care about them. Back your goddamn points like a grown-ass man. So you made some points, back them up.
Okay, I'm going to say it again, immigrant. You just muted me, and I'll say it. Stop screaming it. Stop screaming.
I don't care about this podcast.
Stop screaming.
Back your points up.
Stop screaming.
Points, back them up.
Man, he's still doing this emotional immigrant babble. Y'all are so disrespectful.
Still insulting.
Y'all are so disrespectful. You know that? Y'all are so disrespectful. And it's finally our people are going to cut the chain for enabling. Finally, our people are going to cut the chain from enabling you ignorant, jealous.
Back your points up. I don't care about all these insults. I don't care about them. Back your points up. You sound stupid. Back your goddamn points up. Back your goddamn points up. Because I don't want to hear you just throw insults like a female. I want you to back your points up like a grown-ass man. The reason you keep throwing insults is because you can't qualify your point. You're looking like a stupid person right now. Back your points up.
You still crying, immigrant? You still doing it? You gonna let me talk, immigrant? Because you go to Haiti. Go back to Haiti. Y'all need to go back to your country. Newsflash. The Haitians go back to Haiti and their country is still shitty. Guess what? They still go back to Haiti.
Make me go back to Haiti.
Okay, let's meet somewhere then. You want to meet somewhere, buddy?
Why the fuck would I meet with you?
You said
You
make
go
you,
back
right?
to Haiti. Come make me go back.
Okay,
to Haiti.
where can I meet you to make you then? I don't know. You're in America. Where you at then? Where you at?
So what you gonna do? You
What
gonna
state
put
you
me
in?
on a plane? What you gonna do?
What state you in?
What you
Haitian
gonna do?
immigrant. What state you in? Immigrant?
What you gonna do? You gonna put me on a plane?
No, I need to know the location. Where you
What
at?
are you
Immigrant?
gonna do? You gonna put me on a plane? What you gonna do?
Where are you at, immigrant? You jealous immigrant? You jealous insecure immigrant? Where you at?
You're the only one calling names. You still haven't backed up your point.
I'm good.
You just
Where are you at?
The only person here that sounds stupid is you. I haven't listened. You're the only one calling names. You haven't backed up your point.
Hey, peace out, dude. You're insecure.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna waste my time. Peace out, dude.
Exactly.
It's like your whole lineage. It's a waste of time.
Go ahead and run.
I don't have to run.
Go ahead and run.
But you're emotional.
Exactly. Go ahead and run. Go ahead and run. Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
man.
Still haven't backed up your goddamn point.
I did, you immigrant.
You sound worse than every female I've ever been dealt with.
Good.
You immigrant. You immigrant.
Good.
You immigrant.
Let's meet somewhere
Why don't
then.
you back up your fucking point?
You're not in Haiti. You're not in Haiti.
Back up your fucking point.
You're not in Haiti.
Exactly.
You're not in Haiti.
Exactly.
You're not in Haiti.
Back up your point.
You're not in Haiti. You're not in Haiti. Why you're not in Haiti doing this? Huh? Why are you not fixing your country?
I'm in America.
Why are you not fixing your country?
Back up your point. No,
Why are you not fixing your country?
Back up your point.
Your country's in shambles. Your country's in shambles, and you're running your mouth about this. Your country's in shambles.
Back up your point.
You're disrespecting your lineage.
Back up
your people need you. Hey, JB, your people need you. They need your help. Remember, you gotta
back up your point. I don't care about all your insults. You sound worse than a female. Back up your point. Back up your point. You sound worse than a broad. Back up point. When you make a point, I ask you to qualify it. Exactly. Run. Go ahead and run. Let's watch you run. Go ahead. Go ahead. Peace. Go ahead and run. Go ahead and run. Run. Back up your point. You ready to back up your point?
My mic is muted.
Okay, back up you. You gonna back up your point?
No, you keep doing it. You're playing these immigrant rules again.
I don't want to hear you.
Because you're insecure.
Insults, bro.
You're ugly. You're insecure. You have a Haitian face. Peace out.
I just want you to back up your point. Look at him. He just ran. Exactly. Fucking loser. He just ran. He just ran.
Look. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think it was okay. It was a little bit racist, but it's not. He's just mad. He's just mad. It was okay. It was an asshole move. I'm sorry to curse, guys, but it was kind of an asshole move. Sorry, I don't mean to curse, but
here's a question I get. Like I said to this guy, and then I don't. It's crazy for this is going to be a plan and projected here. And whoever owns this, I guess is American. I don't know if he's whatever of immigrant background himself, but it's crazy we're going to even put our people in this limelight with these people like so on the bottom here. Like I said to him, everything I said was correct. And if you look at Black Lives Matter and these people like that or have these Caribbean backgrounds have stolen all this money off our violence, off our deaths, they have done nothing for us at all. Okay, that's like I said before, a lot of these immigrants come over here and they captivate off our lives, steal all the money, put it back into their home, and they still don't fix it. So Black Lives Matter. We have Kamala Harris, who's of your background too, or island background. I can name many different versions of this, what you're talking about. And that whole podcast, like I said before to you, Jonathan.
But my question to you, cool it. Why do you have to keep addressing him as immigrant?
That's what he calls himself. That's what he calls himself. And that was the show. That's what the show was about. That's why I was calling him that. If he's going to say this and be disingenuous, right, and be sarcastic like he was doing that whole podcast, because it's very disrespectful. He was pooping and pissing on our own graves of our own people here. You know what I'm saying? If I were to go over Haiti and have these kind of conversations, they would try to hurt me, right? I couldn't do it. If I were to go to Nigeria and have these conversations, they would try to hurt me. I wouldn't dare go to somebody's home and be this ignorant and disingenuous and hateful. I won't go see, damn, you guys are lazy. God, I can do all this. I wouldn't dare do that because my parents taught me better. And it's crazy.
Me and JB come from the same situation, though. You understand? So what you're calling him would be the same thing that you would call me too, because we come from the same situation. I think you actually like me, Kulik. I think we actually respect you.
But you're not disingenuous and ignorant. This guy, you wouldn't have a podcast basically going in my house and saying you ain't nothing, you ain't this, you ain't shit. This is what he does all the time.
Ameera, ask him a simple question. Ask him to show you.
No, you asked me, fool. Because you asked me, fool. You asked me, fool.
Ameera, ask him to show you a single instance of me on the internet anywhere where I've ever once said that Black Americans are lazy, or that
you said Black Americans were lazy.
You see what he does? You see what he does when you're trying to get a point out. He won't shut up because he doesn't
That's what
want
you did
to
the whole
prove
time
him
on your
wrong, right?
podcast, cool. You're
So
calling
Amir,
my
here's what
name.
happens,
You're
right?
calling my name.
But
though.
even
So-
if you did
No, but
say that,
Amir, hold up. No,
this is-
see, Amir, this is an important point though, right?
Oh,
Because
man,
this shows the
wild.
level of vitriol and hate that this dude has, right, in his heart. Because here's the thing: I never, not once in my entire life, I've ever called Black Americans lazy.
Yes,
Not
you
a
did.
single,
You lied.
not a
Yes,
single.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Stop
Can
lying.
you, can
And
you
show your
damn,
face on
like,
camera.
yo, he
Show your
is.
face on camera.
You
Why'd you
notice,
face on the camera?
Amir, you notice how when he was talking, I shut up, right? He just cannot shut up.
Because you're lying.
He just
You're
cannot
calling
shut
my
up.
name. This don't make no sense.
He just
No,
cannot
he
shut.
didn't lie. He showed the video. I mean,
So
we
Amir,
both
here's the
saw it,
thing. Like I
man.
said, Amir, just like the video was just shown.
And
Ask
you
him.
own it like 10 hours,
Amir,
dude. You
matter
own
of
it
fact,
10
I'm gonna,
hours. You
hold up,
said
hold
all
up, hold
kind
up.
of
I'm
ignorant
gonna make
stuff.
it
You
better.
were on there 10
Amir, I'm
hours
gonna
saying
make
all
it better.
kinds of stuff.
Amir, I'm gonna make it better.
You were on
Right
there 10
now.
hours saying all
One
Amir,
kinds
I'm
second,
of
gonna
one
make
wild
it
second.
better.
ignorance.
I can't hear.
Amir, I'm
JB.
gonna make it
One second,
better.
one second.
Right now, live, I'm offering $500 in your Cash App to anybody in this chat who can find any clip of me ever saying the things that he said I said.
Well, you guys heard
$500,
it. Get
$500
searching.
cash. Anybody in the chat, you're welcome to take $500 cash to your Cash App if you can find any clips of me saying anything that he's saying I've said. In fact, Ameera, I'm literally one of the few people in this space who considers myself a conservative that has actually defended, that has explicitly defended to the point where other conservatives will say you're not a true conservative, because I've actually defended, ADOS movements and FBA movements. I've done it on my own show. I'm the only person in this space as a
And like I
conservative.
told you, if you were listening, I'm not
you see what I'm saying?
ADOS. I'm
You see what
not
saying?
ADOS. I'm not FBA. No, 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 no,
Let
no,
him
no.
respond.
I'm
Let
not.
him respond.
He still cannot shut up.
Again.
So
No, 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 no,
I'm
no, no, no,
even
no.
on my show, Ameera. Look,
This is
even on my
crazy. This is
show,
wild,
right?
man.
Even on my
This is
show,
wild.
Ameera, I explicitly did a whole piece on my show where I talked about Fred
For
Hampton,
10 hours.
where I talked about Fred Hampton, right, and what he did for Black people, et cetera, et cetera. So he's making it up, but I get it, because people like him has so much hate in his heart that he assumes whatever he already thinks that I have somehow said that, because, like I said, $500 right now. If anybody can find a clip, if it's on the internet, JR has not removed any shows. Every show that I've ever done is on here. If it's on any panel where I've said it. In fact,
I'm
I
talking
have
about the
checked.
show you
I'll
did,
give you one
fool.
better, Ameera.
I'm
I'll give you
talking
one
about
better.
the 10-hour
Ameera,
show. I'm
Hold
talking
up,
about the
Ameera,
10-hour show that you did.
He
You
can't
said
be
that.
quiet. He can't be quiet. Ameera, I'll give you one better, right? I have checked people for making comments against Black Americans, right? I have checked them for doing that. I have even defended even reparations when Cuban Libertarian. Cuban Libertarian, when he came on my show,
Well,
and was
I've
saying certain
actually
things
argued
against
with you about
reparations,
that. Actually,
I
I think
defended
we
them,
argued about
right?
that.
So it's like everything he's saying is just false. He's just making it up. So if
No,
anybody can
it's
find
not false. Did you hear
let
what I
him
said on
respond,
there?
JB. Let him respond.
Did you hear what I said in the beginning with him? Because you want to talk about emotional and whatever you want to say. And again, a name calling started with you, and you were doing name calling in the chat room. I'm not worried about you, Jonathan. If you looked at and what I said everybody on the islands were part of the American Union. I talked about the history between the Haitians and us. I talked about how we were brothers and sisters. But also what I said, if you listen carefully, because you have trouble doing that, if you listen, I said, once certain things happened, you guys chose to do something else that messed up things, not only for your own land, but over here too. That is a truth. I never came in there and said, I don't hate, or I hate somebody, whatever. I never said that. What I said is, you don't like us and hate us and appreciate us. Y'all come over here and hate down on us. When we go over there, we put money over there, we vacate, we get with your culture. I love Jamaican history. I love the culture, blah, 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 blah. But when y'all come over here, because I've dealt with this before, these Tariq Nasheeds have been talking about this, especially when Africans come over here, they don't like us. They don't like us, dude. And they say we're lazy. They say all this kind of stuff.
So you're telling me that
guys,
you're telling me what other people have done?
JB,
I don't know
JB.
what. Listen,
what's
he
your
keeps talking about
question?
Haiti.
What's your
I'm an
question?
American, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
But no. But by blood, you are Haitian. Okay.
So
because you're
why
born
you tell
there.
me what other people have done?
Hold on. What's your
fucking
question?
sense does that make? I don't know what I'm not responsible for what other people have done. So you sound very stupid.
Lower your heart rate, because it's not that serious. Because again, you keep following me around. You keep following me around.
Calling me
names.
No.
That would be the same thing with me.
No.
You would say like I'm not
exactly, Ameera. That's why I was.
I don't understand.
Exactly.
I don't understand the question. What you're saying. What I'm saying is, if you would have listened and understand, when you go to other people's homes, you have to conduct yourself a certain manner.
I'm in America. I'm not in your home, fam.
Yes, you are. Because
I'm not in your home.
I'm not ADOS. Look, listen. One, I'm not ADOS. One, I'm not FBA. I'm an entitled American Indian. I'm not black and none of that. I'm not African American.
I don't care. I'm not in your home. I'm in America.
I don't care about what you're saying. But again, you're going to respect our people, what we are, because a lot of people that are immigrants or whoever foreigners
Bro,
that
I
come
don't
over
owe
here,
you
they
shit.
don't.
I'm an American, bro.
I didn't say you owe me
He's
anything.
saying
Okay.
that
What
foreigners
I'm
think
saying,
you're
again,
appreciate.
get out of your
He's
emotions,
saying
Jonathan.
foreigners
Slow
think you're
down. When I say
appreciate.
when I go to your home, because I've been there. When
You
I
can do
go over
whatever you
there,
want.
listen. You can do whatever you want. Slow down. Slow down. When I go to your home over there, I don't be disrespectful and
My
disingenuous. I
home is
wasn't there.
America.
Your home is Haiti. When I
My
My
home is
go
home
over
is
America.
there,
America too, not Lebanon.
but listen, when I go
We're the
over there, here's the
same. Me and
point.
JB are
Here's the
same.
point. When I go over there, I don't make these podcasts talking
I
about
don't care
what
what you do
people are
in
not
Haiti,
doing
bro.
or
I'm
whatever.
not in Haiti. I'm in America.
Because I'm not a disrespectful,
I don't
hating,
care what.
jealous,
Why are you telling me about what you're gonna do in
insecure
Haiti? I don't care
person
what you do
like
in
you.
Haiti, fam.
A
You know what I'm
hated, jealous,
saying?
insecure.
And
Okay.
my
I don't
question
care
to
what.
you was, how
I
come
don't care
the
what you do in
question
Haiti, fam.
the
Why are you telling me
question
about
to you
Haiti?
was, how come you don't take the same energy and fix your own area and land and your
My own
family's
area is
bloodline?
America. I live in
No,
America.
no,
Wait, you should say that to
it
me
is
too,
Haiti.
Kulik. Then you should say that to me
Exactly. You
too.
see my point, Ameera?
We
Do you
were the
see it now?
same. Me and JB come
The
from the
logic is
same
not
background, like
following, right,
immigrant
Ameera?
parents.
No, because you need somebody on here to whatever to carry your weird name. I'm talking to you, Jonathan. Again, you're
No, no,
calling
no.
my name out.
Ameera, ask him
No,
why
no, no,
he's
no,
not
no, no,
saying
no,
the
no.
same thing to
This
you.
is
It's
ridiculous.
me.
I'm dealing with a little child here. You
See, now he
calling
gets back
my
to the name
name?
calling. This is what happens every time he
No,
gets challenged. He
because
goes to name calling.
no. Don't worry about the name calling. You started that in the chat room. Why?
No, I
The
didn't.
question is,
You know
why
this.
have
Here's
you
what
been
else he
following me
did, right?
around?
Because he knows, Ameera, because he knows he can't find me any clip of me actually insulting him. He has to change the chat room
Yes, you did.
so that he
Yes,
can
you
say,
did.
well, you
Yes,
can't
you
see the
did.
chat. That's
Yes, you
bullshit.
did.
In fact,
You
Ameera,
said all this kind of stuff in the
Ameera,
chat
here's
room.
even
I've
more
been
proof.
ignoring it. You
Ameera,
say
here's
whatever
even
you
more
said on these
proof.
videos. I've been
I
ignoring
wanna
it.
Ameera,
And
here's
then
even
it's
more
crazy.
proof.
I wanna
Actually,
Could you
Kulik,
imagine me
JB.
following a man
So hold up,
around
Ameera.
and trying to
Ameera, I'm
antagonize
gonna
him?
Ameera, here's
Think
the
about
deal,
it.
right?
Following a
Ameera,
man around and
One second,
antagonizing him.
Kulik, one second.
Hold up, Ameera,
Go
here's
ahead.
even more proof that what he's saying is cap, right? The show that I did, either the show that I did right before that show or the show prior to that, right? At the very end of that show, of one of those two shows, JR can probably find it. Westside Kulik was in the back for a while. I didn't know. Well, I had noticed them, but people were talking. I didn't want to be rude. And at the end of the show, when I
All
realized
right, y'all. Peace out, because I'm trying to get.
exactly. You see
No,
what
no,
happened?
no. It's not.
So,
It's not
hold up.
exactly what
So
I'm
you see
saying
what
is
happens? He doesn't want me to talk. He doesn't want me
you're
to
not
talk
listening.
because I'm gonna.
No,
you see, that's what he
I don't
does.
care, but you're not
That's
listening.
what he does.
You still didn't answer my
Can you
question.
mute him?
You
Ameera,
still
can
didn't
you
answer
mute
my
him?
question.
No. I don't need to mute him.
You
He's a man.
still
So,
He's a
didn't
man.
answer my
I'm talking to
question.
Ameera. This is her show. I'm not talking to you, fam.
Well,
Ameera,
if
right?
it's her
Hold up,
show, why are we doing
Ameera,
this subject? And why are you
I'm
following me
talking to
around?
Ameera.
That's
So,
the
Ameera, if
question.
you go to one of those shows
Did you answer
shows
my
prior to
question?
that show, right?
Did you answer my
He was in
question?
the back.
Did you answer my
What he
question?
does is he
Did you answer my
overtalks.
question?
He
Did you answer my
overtalks or he
question?
insults so that
Did
he
you
won't
answer my
make the point.
question?
He overtalks or insults.
Did you answer my question?
I'm not trying to answer your point. I'm trying to answer.
Did you
Ameera,
answer my
Ameera,
question?
listen, right? So
Did
here's
you
how
answer
you
my
know he's
question?
He
capped.
wants to,
If you
Mr.
go,
Kulik. He keeps trying to ask you a question. Just answer his question first, so that we can move on.
no,
Did you
let me
answer my
make this point,
question?
Ameera. Let me make this point is incredibly important. This point is incredibly important, right? Because one of the shows prior to that show, right? At the very end, I had noticed that he was in the back because I don't know this brother,
Did
right?
you
So
answer my
I had
question?
noticed that he was in the back, and I actually was so upset at myself. And I live on the show, you could see it because
Man.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, hold up, right? So I'm like, damn. I actually left that brother in the back for so long. I apologize
Did
to
you
him
answer
on
my
my.
question?
Oh, you see what he's doing? I
Did you answer my
apologize to him
question?
on my show,
Again,
right?
did you answer
I
my question?
apologize to him on my show for letting him in, for holding him in the back for so long. And Cam could tell you this.
Did you
I
answer
was
my
I
question?
was so pissed off at myself after that because I'm like, damn, I
Because
love
you
when
left him
people.
in the back, right?
Hold up, I was like, I was so mad at myself because I love when people take their time to call up on my show, and I felt like I disrespected him. So that's how. So what he's talking about, he's making it up. I never had anything towards this brother. He was the first person who came with the insults. So, and he's proven it even on this show.
He wants you to answer his question, JB. Will you answer his question?
What was his question?
Hey, fam, you gotta stop playing that music, man. Ain't trying to get no copyright strike.
Yeah, I don't know why Mr. Kulik started playing music. Is it off?
Like the question is, like I said before, why didn't you answer the question? There's multiple questions you did not answer. Like, for example, why are you antagonizing, following a man around, saying all this stuff? If it's not a word to you, if I'm this to you, you don't like me. Why are you doing this? I'm not on your channel. I'm not going to your lives. I'm not doing nothing like that. I went on to that live that was 10 hours long. I don't know who does a 10-hour thing, and that was very disingenuous. All this kind of stuff you're doing. I'm not doing that. So the question is, why are you harassing me, calling my name out? Are you that bothered? Another question is, if you listen to what I said, Jonathan, I said clearly Haitians and us, if you understand history, were part of the American Union. All I said was when a lot of Haitians, races, not all, come over here, and Africans, right? They come over here with hate, not love and jealousy. This is very true. Okay, but you never want to actually get to the point. When I ask other people this that say stuff and talk down on my people, like a guy at my gym, I had to ask him, Why are you saying this? This is a Ghanaian guy. He said Black Americans are lazy. And I'm like, look, why do I have to hear all this mess all the time? I don't go to Haiti or Africa and say this kind of stuff. I try to learn about the history. I try to learn about the culture. I try to appreciate why I'm there. I'm not looking around and going, oh my gosh, you guys are this, you guys are that, you guys are crap. I'm not worried about that. If anything, I'm trying to unite, I'm trying to heal, and I'm trying to help people out. But every time a lot of
So
people
what's your question? I don't need your monologue. What's your question?
If you don't need the monologue.
What's your question? Can you just answer?
Why,
can you just ask your question?
The first question is, why are you following me around, harassing me, and worried about me? As a man, why are you doing that? Check yourself. Why are you doing that? That's the question. Why are you doing that? I'm not bothering you. Ask yourself that. Why is that? As a man, why is that?
I think JB came because I'm come from an immigrant family and he comes from an immigrant family. I think he just wanted me
Ameera,
to.
can you answer the question? Can you answer that question? As a man, why are you doing that?
JB, please answer the question.
You still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yes, Ameera, just exactly what you just said. So basically, specifically, you could call it harassment, whatever you want to call it. First of all, the first part of that answer is I can do whatever the hell I want to do. That's the first part of the answer. But the second part of it, the more specific answer is that the irony is absolutely amazing to me because like Ameera correctly realized, the logic doesn't follow that for all the vitriol that this individual that you have. For all the vitriol that he has for immigrants, for him to show up on your show every week, right?
Mr. Kulik, please do not play any music, sir. Oh my God.
I'm telling you, this is a growing child. But basically, for all the vitriol that he has for immigrants, I just thought it was interesting to see him pull up on your show every single week. I think it's interesting, and I'm calling it out.
I actually like Mr. Kulik, JB. That's why I was trying to get us to actually speak about it. I just wanted to, like, you bringing up this point in the middle of the chat room, and you kept bringing it up. That's why I brought you up, because I'm like, I'm curious what's going on. I haven't been here for so long. I want to understand. But look, what he did to me was mean. It was really rude. It was really disrespectful, and it could be seen as racist because he was insulting like the internet and saying that it's trash internet, when actually in most countries you can go to places where you have great internet and there's going to be places where you have really crappy internet. Happens in America too, by the way. So that's why I was like, okay. And the whole like monkey face, calling monkey face. Now, if it were another person saying that to a Black person, that would be seen as extremely racist and wrong. There's things that were said that were, you could see it as racist, but I think he was just trying to be as offensive as possible because he was upset. Does that make sense? That's what I think. And yes,
I mean, this is why you notice the entire time, even when he was calling me insults, I didn't return the same thing, because all I wanted is, and this is how I am with anybody. If you go on any of my panels, if you look at any of my panels, you see I am with like this with everyone, right? If you make a point, be ready to back it up, and I expect people to hold me to the same standard. So I just wanted him to back his point. And when he couldn't back his point, he just resorted to insults. So that's essentially, so for me, I just found it interesting though, that when I was looking at and realized he's on your show every week, every single week. And that with that type of vitriol against immigrants, I'm like, well, that's interesting. And you correctly noticed, well, why doesn't he feel the same way towards you? Which is the question I was asking. And other people in the chat, by the way, were asking the same thing. So that's why
racism is not downgrading the internet. I was speaking about how he was trying to call people, just basically saying that like you're trash because of this country that you come from. And it's like, why are we trash because of the country we come from? And also saying that we are not home in America, when I believe JB is an American citizen. I'm an American citizen. Yep. I see this country as my home. I never I don't represent Lebanon. I represent America because I live in America. So, and that's why I say I don't understand why that kind of, but, and I want to ask Mr. Kulik as well. Mr. Kulik, I actually respect you so much. I'm not saying that, you're the worst person in the world. You had a fight. You had a fight with JB. That's your guys' business. Whatever, it happened. In my case, I just want to, I don't know. I guess I would ask you, like, can you apologize for like being so mean?
That's not necessary. Ameera, that's not necessary. That's absolutely not necessary. He doesn't have to apologize. He said what he said. I don't personally need an apology. It's cool. I just noticed the irony. For me, that irony is absolutely hilarious. That's all. And I pointed it out, and I'm gonna, and I mean, listen, I don't mind. I don't need to keep pointing it out, but I just think it's funny. I think it's absolutely funny, and so that's why I brought it up. But at the end of the day,
He has to feel the same way towards me, though,
listen.
because
I was legitimately, Ameera. Here's what it comes down to, right? I have heard these narratives so much that I'm almost numb to them, right? So like, I'm not really hurt by it. I'm just like, okay, this is just another one of these narratives, right? Because, you know, people tell me about, oh, you know, what's going on in Haiti and this. I don't live in Haiti. So go find somebody who lives in Haiti and tell them about what's going on in Haiti, right?
that
I
happens
don't
to
live
me
in
too all
Haiti.
the
I live in
time.
America.
Talking
I'm an
about
American
Lebanon.
citizen. When I travel overseas, guess what I am? I'm an American, right? So
Yeah.
I'm an American citizen. I live here. I make my money here. I pay my taxes here, right? I own property here. Like this is my home. I don't know why you tell me about Haiti. And then I don't know why, to actually answer his second question, I don't know why I should be even responding for what ignorant people who come from overseas, ignorant immigrants come to America and do. Like I'm not. If there's a Haitian person that came to America and calls Black Americans lazy or whatnot, they're ignorant, right? And they said that. I didn't say it. They said it, and I do not need to respond for them. I do not need to respond for them. I don't hold the accountability for them. I just know, first of all, you could ask anybody who be around me, any Haitian, any immigrant, whatever. You're not gonna say certain things about black people around me that I'm just gonna let slide unless you can defend it. Like if you can defend it, okay, cool. That makes sense why you said that. But if you're just gonna be making comments like Black Americans are lazy, I've never made that. There's a reason I've
Well,
never made that comment.
maybe it was made on your platform, on your show, and that's why he's
If
saying.
it was made on my show, I checked it. Ameera, in fact, I will even give you an example. On that very show,
he's a conservative.
Jedi Mike made a comment. No,
No, but the people who come on his platform is what I'm saying. The people who come
Ameera,
on
I'm gonna give you an example, right? On that very show, Big Mike, who's an FBA brother, right? Have a lot of respect for Big Mike. He was gracious enough to give me his time and come on my show, right? He made a comment and Jedi Mike started laughing. And if you go watch it yourself, you see I immediately said, hey, Jedi, you got to make an actual comment, bro. You can't just laugh, because I felt like it was rude and disrespectful what he was doing. So again, he's trying to push a narrative that you immigrants this, you immigrants that. I don't respond for other people. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to make a point towards what JB said, make a point towards what JB said. Don't tell me what other immigrants come into America and do, because I'm not responsible for them.
I've had the same thing, JB. Honestly, I've had the same thing. People talking about Lebanon as if I'm representing Lebanon. I'm from Lebanon. My family is from Lebanon, but I'm an American, and I consider America my home. That's why I'm conservative the way I am. I'm always talking about bettering the country that I live in, not the country that my people are from. Does that make sense? But I don't know. What do you think on this, Mr.?
Anyway, I'm gonna hop off from here, but I just want to say my offer is still on the
Thank
table,
you,
right? $500 cash app. You guys can, if anybody finds it, let me know on my show tonight. Whenever you find it, if you find it a week later, listen, this offer will be open for another year if you can find it. Okay, find any clip, any text, any comment, screenshot it, whatever, of Jonathan ever making any hateful comments towards. Just go ahead, find it. $500 free for you on Cash App.
Shit, I'm gonna go look for it myself. What up,
All of us need
JB?
some money, right?
What it do, JB? Say.
Hey, Chef. I'm
What's
gonna
going
hop
on?
off though. I'm gonna hop off.
He has to get ready
Peace,
for his
man.
show. Yeah, JB has to get ready for his show now. But thank you, JB. I'll see you tonight when you're in your show. Hi, Chef.
What's
I've actually
up?
never met you before, but hi.
You know, we were on the same panel together on JB on E Black's panel. The last panel with E Black, you, Hannibal.
That's right. That was you. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh, you're
sorry.
good.
Like
You're good.
that day I was really sick. I was out of it.
No worries. What's going on? How you doing?
I am here. It's been crazy. Sorry.
Understood.
Crazy.
Understood. So I just wanted to pop in for a second because I started looking at your stream and I was watching. I have to say, West Side Kulik or whatever his name is. I don't know, man. I truly believe that he was actually trolling. I believe that he was actually trolling because he speaks as though he has common sense. If you have common sense, then you have access to Wikipedia, you have access to the internet, you have access to facts. And to even speak about a group of people that was so pivotal in the creation and the expansion of this nation we exist in, it's almost laughable in terms of the way that he was denigrating us. Chicago was discovered and founded by a gentleman named Jean-Point Dusab, a Haitian guy. Audubon Society, a Haitian guy. You go to Savannah, Georgia, there's an actual monument to the Haitian soldiers that were brought over to assist in fighting and allowing the U.S. to get its freedom from the crown. We're the greatest nation in the world. And guess what? We exist within the Western Hemisphere. Do you know which was the first country? And when we say Western Hemisphere, it's not just North America. Within the Western Hemisphere, Haiti was the smallest country, but it was also the first country to gain its independence from the crown.
And you saw how they did it, right?
Right. And
I've
what it
heard
was,
stories of how they did it.
right. And it was wild.
It was wild.
What had happened was Haiti gave Western Hemisphere, pardon my name is Dogs, right? Haiti gave the Western Hemisphere an opportunity to understand, damn it, this can be done. This can be done. And they did it. And when it came time for the U.S. to give it a shot, who did they call? The biggest, blackest, scariest looking Haitian creatures to come over to assist, to the extent that there's a monument in their likeness in Savannah, Georgia, in freaking Georgia, which was a slave state. So when I listen to this guy, I listen to this person, he seems almost just like when we talk about some of the super red pill guys, the incels. He seems like he's a racial incel or a nationalistic incel, where he has this vitriol and hatred for people. How the F, I'm respecting the platform, how the F do you factor in Haitians who exist maybe 90 miles off the tip of Florida, and then you classify them with African people from another place? That means you're either stupid, you're either stupid, you don't care, or you have a specific hidden agenda. Okay. I saw all of those. I seen those. What is it? Dream catchers that he had hanging from his shit in there. He had dream catchers in there, and he's talking about his heritage. There's some people that are called slaves. There's some people that will consider themselves there. Here, some folks were carried over. Some folks came on their own, and some folks were spoils of war.
Mr. Chef, I
Go
wanna
ahead. I apologize.
you're a very great speaker. I just wanted to bring up something really quickly. I don't believe that he was trolling. I do believe that he has very strong views towards those that are not who don't have many generations here. Does that make sense? I do believe that he has very strong views towards people who come here. The reason I say that is because this is not the first time that I've actually heard people say, immigrants, they come here, they don't learn the history. There are many immigrants who do come here. They don't learn the history. They don't care about the history of this country, and they just, some people don't even bother to even learn English. They just, move on with their life and then take it back to their home country and leave America with a deficit. So I understand what he's saying there. However, I do not understand how that applies to JB. I don't understand why that was said to JB in particular. JB being from the same kind of situation that I'm from, where our parents came to this country, our parents worked hard, and we consider ourselves Americans. We love this country. I don't understand why that would apply to a person like JB and alongside myself, because I don't think Mr. Kulik sees me and JB. I think he just sees JB and JB. I think he sees JB as a separate situation, but it's not. Me and JB are very similar in that way. So what do you think about that?
I would say this, I know people from Lebanon, and I understand the plight and what goes on over there. What I will say is that him attaching to JB, that's actually the thing that makes me think that he's trolling. One thing, remember, cows go cows graze where there is grass. And folks understand JB is, I wouldn't really consider him a content creator. He is more so a diplomat within this place here, where he pops in, hits you with the super chat, feels his vibe, keeps it moving. I believe that was this West Side dude attempting to pick up some sort of troll points. I believe that he was potentially, I don't like to use the term clout chasing, but if there was a definition, I believe that was it. He was trying to swing. He's a contender trying to swing at somebody he believes is higher up on the list. The stuff he was saying made zero sense. If you know anybody that knows Haitian people, one of the most beautiful things that I hear from people that are not Haitian is like when I tell them I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and I was raised in Brooklyn, New York. So, you know, West Side, all of that tough guy stuff. Let's just be peaceful people, right? Nobody care about boxes anymore. So, like I'm saying, everybody that I know about Haitian people talking about, yo, they are so loving, they are so giving, they are always so nice, they have a good heart. I know people that never met other races that talk about the Haitian guy they know. I feel proud of my parents' culture because I understand they birthed me. So when I listen to this individual speak with the level of vitriol that he was speaking, I personally feel that he was not shooting a shot. That's why it didn't feel like he was coming at you, Ameera. It didn't feel like he was coming at the Haitian community. It felt like he sees Jonathan Barronville as a target that he wants to take down. I don't believe this guy is authentic. I believe this guy is disingenuous. You know, I believe that he may have a little excess overload in testosterone, you know, pumping through him, and he feels the need to try and step into a new arena. But this is a different arena than the real world. He seems like a fake ass troll. That is my opinion.
I respectfully disagree, but I hear you. I do hear you, but I respectfully disagree. Thank you, Lou. She says there is a huge number of immigrants that love this country because we come from really bad environments from south of the border. Yeah, I agree. So your parents came from Haiti?
Yeah, so what it was, my granddad was actually the minister of the ports of Haiti for many years. He was a government official, and eventually when things started going crazy with the baby doc regime, you know, in Haiti, he was also a pastor and a evangelist that traveled around the world. So
Wow.
he moved the family to the U.S. and spent majority of his time bringing Christianity and God to different places in the world.
Mm.
So my mother came to the U.S. when she was 12 years old. And
Wow.
yeah, both of my parents came through when they were young teenagers, or what is it, not prepubescent, but teenagers. You know, so they lived here for a long period of time. My parents went to high school here. So, you
That's
know,
beautiful. That's a beautiful story.
mm,
I want to say thank you. We have to shut down because JR is telling me that it's time for JB to fire up his show, and it should be interesting tonight. He's already fired up, so that should be interesting. Guys, thank you all for joining me. And Chef, I want to say thank you so much for joining me right now and having this conversation with me. Please do not feel shy to come back. I usually do Sundays, but today was just random, and I'm
listen,
happy.
watch this. Your
Huh.
ass should have been in Houston. How about that? I was there.
I should have. I had a ticket. I had everything planned, and it just didn't work out in the end. But I am so mad I didn't make it. JR was mad at me too. He's like texting, "Where you at? Where you at?" I'm like, "I can't make it." But yeah.
But
I
I'm
I
always here. You know how to find me, a mirror, and I definitely, you know, like I said my little piece. If that guy wants to check my page, he can go and check my page, and he and I can converse like men, you know, on that thing. But I kind of had to come through. JB was born in Haiti. He was here though, but he was born in Haiti. And if folks understand, my family and his family actually know each other. His family is extremely well respected. What's funny is that his father, who's a known man in Haiti, actually did the job that my grandfather did previously. So we're not just regular guys. And when you speak to, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I know Lapeef got his thing to pop off, so we'll leave it at that, man. But
He's
I
trying to warm
appreciate
it
the
up.
hospitality. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much. Guys, I know it went off the rails a little bit, but I appreciate everyone for coming. I appreciate the back and forth. It was what it was. So thank you guys for joining me on the show. I will see you guys on Sunday. Please have fun, enjoy yourselves, enjoy JB's show. JB, I wish you the best. I wish you good luck on your show tonight, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye-bye.